Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who thinks outside the box and hates cliches, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Night Lite, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Christmas Eve of weeknights, folks. You made it Thursday. Tomorrow is a glorious day. The first full Friday, the first, should we say full week, I guess, of the new year will be complete after tomorrow. And we've got a really fun show planned tonight that will help carry you into your Friday and thusly into your weekend, where there is a lot going on. There's some great movies opening this weekend. Believe it or not, the week after the holiday, Christmas is like one of the biggest times at the box office, but this weekend there's some really cool films opening up. You've got playoff football, you've got bowling leagues. If you're Conrad, you like to play darts. All kinds of stuff going on this weekend, but we're going to have a lot of fun up until then. So we'll do all this tonight. We got a fun show, some great guests, a fun question, some interesting topics to talk about, and Conrad Krieger is on the other side of the glass, chilling. How you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah. It is. He's just having a soak. It's National Bubble Bath Day.
That was nice. You know, got to get the bubbles rolling first. Got to make sure the temperature's warm.
Just do not, under any circumstances, let that board fall into the tub because you could kill yourself. You don't want that.
Well, you know, my hand's a little wet when I'm reaching over to push some buttons.
Okay.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't need to hear like, you know, all the details of your bathing habits, but do you ever take a bath?
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, not at my old place because the tub was, I couldn't fit any.
Just a stand-up
person.
shower. It's a lot harder.
Well,
to
no,
do.
it was a bathtub, but like it could not fit a grown human.
Oh, what's the point of that?
Yeah, right. It's a baby bathtub, pretty much.
Here's the thing: like, if I had a huge like hot tub sized bathtub, I would probably take a bath.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had one like that has some jets in the back too, you know.
Well, yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah.
a no-brainer for sure. Yeah, we've got one of our bathrooms at home has like the 5-foot long tub. So you got to put like your feet up on the wall if you want to soak. And I've done that when I've had the flu.
Yeah.
Like years ago when I was sick, I would take a really hot bath. But the problem with a bath is unless it's a hot tub, the water gets cold so fast.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? Then you're out of luck.
Just keep refilling it, you know?
It's just a lot of work. My downstairs shower is like, you could take down aircrafts with the water pressure from that thing. And I got a nice seat in there. It's a stand-up shower, but it's good size, and there's a seat, and it's a lazy boy I put in there. No, but
wow,
you can just sit there.
That's got to be in bad shape now.
I'm half kidding. But I sit there, and it's just like, it's about the next best thing you could do to a hot tub in the house, which I don't have, but, you know, one day. But happy National Bubble Bath Day. What are the other days today, Con?
I mean, there's...
Bubble bath is a big one.
All right, so here's a question for you about bubble baths.
Typewriter Day. That's the other one.
Here's the question for you about bubble baths. Are you actually getting clean?
Because you're soaking in your own filth? Yeah, I mean, it's probably better than not doing anything.
Yeah.
I would
mean,
imagine.
you got soap in there.
Yeah.
You got some bubbles.
And to your point, if you filter out, like if you run the hot water again and let some of it go out, that's probably helpful. But, you know, yeah, I don't know. I think you probably do get more clean. I'll tell you, the kind of bath you take when you do not get more clean is a salt burn bath. You don't want to take one of those. You don't want to.
Well, you let the tub go down, and then there's
There's always some residue that's absolutely disgusting. So happy Bubble Bath Day, people. I'm really struggling with the alliteration today.
Did you talk to anyone today?
Not really. A little bit. My daughter's still home, so we talked a little bit, but she was busy. And it's just an alliteration thing. Like I was trying to say something freshly rated flicks earlier when I was doing the beats, and I had to rewrite the whole line because I just couldn't do it.
I got to say, you know, we're listening to one of your beats. When is it too personal on a podcast?
When you're Gwyneth Paltrow?
Just saying we have problems in the bedroom on a podcast.
Oh, that one,
about
yeah.
someone else. It's like, do you really need to say that?
It's obviously like some kind of clickbait. Maybe they're trying to get you. Oh, Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg are having issues in the bedroom.
It's like,
It's
well,
nothing weird. He snores. That's
Yeah.
everybody does that, And it turns out that the reason he was snoring is because he was watching episodes of his own show, Blue Bloods. Hi-oh!
Oh.
Falling asleep. So yeah, that was kind of fun. And then I thought you were talking about Gwyneth Paltrow because she
I
was.
mean, that is too much. I mean, she always gives away too much anyways. But
She
well, I bought some goop.
it's about time.
I got it in a 30-pack.
If you get goop that smells like her private parts and a bar of Sydney Sweeney soap, you don't
That's
ever
a
have to
great
leave the
night.
house.
Yeah, it's a great night.
Exactly. Your weekend is set. Forget the Bears and the Packers. Conrad's going
I
to
know
spend a
my
little time
weekend.
with his two favorite girls. Hey, great show tonight, folks. Glad you're here. Wherever you're joining us from across this wet, rainy state tonight, it's great to have you. We've got weather here in northeast Wisconsin, too. A much more comprehensive weather report is coming up at the bottom of the hour, much better than I could ever do. Mace Michaels, I assume it will be Mace, given the weather update and the news. That's at the bottom of the hour. But we are having weather here in, and you want to know why we're having bad weather in northeast Wisconsin?
Why is that?
It's because my whole weekend plan hinges on good weather.
Ah, yes.
So I've got this domino effect happening tonight that might mess me up. I might end up staying in Green Bay tonight. I hope I don't because I only live an hour away and I like my own bed. But my car needs new tires. Car is fine, but I rack up the miles and I put it off over a month. So I got to get back to Marinette so my mechanic can do that tomorrow. Shout out McLean's Auto Repair in Marinette. Great
Shout
job. And then, so if I can get the tires changed, I can put up with wintry mix on Saturday to go to Chicago. So it's all this whole thing. If I can't get back to Marinette tonight, I'm out of luck. And I'm going to have to get a flight from Green Bay to O'Hare, and I'm not doing that.
You catch the Amtrak, like you said.
Oh, God, why doesn't Amtrak go to Green Bay?
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
It's supposed to. There's always these updates like it's going to happen. I would travel by train everywhere if I could. First of all, I love trains. Second of all, it's so convenient. I don't particularly like to fly. I'm not adverse to it, but yeah, I like a train. I like a nice train ride. So there you go. But we've got weather we're dealing with here in northeastern Wisconsin. I know Madison, it's raining. Milwaukee, you've got some rain, and then we're going to get this really bad wind. And did you see the flood warnings?
I did, and I was confused about that.
Well, it's a flood. What?
No, because we were
What kind of pants to wear? You got to get some flood pants out of the closet.
I don't have any flood pants. I need some.
I don't have any either.
Those are the ones that go to your calves, right?
Yeah, that's kind of like the style right now for men's suits. They wear floods and show off their fancy socks, but to me that just looks stupid.
I got hot dog socks.
Girls, if you're listening, his name is Conrad Krieger. He wears hot dog socks. What do you mean you have hot dog socks?
Those fancy socks.
Is that a style?
Like the fabric, I would say, of those socks.
It's like
There's
hot dog
some
casing?
brands that carry those types of socks,
Oh,
or dress socks, but crazy patterns or something like that.
okay. I thought you were going to say they smell like hot dogs.
That means I haven't washed them in a few years.
Like the hot dog water that we encountered earlier this year.
It's a great product.
That's so you got weather, folks. Be careful if you're out there driving. It's just picking up here in Green Bay, and it's supposed to be. You never know, because here's the problem when you're driving. Even if it's not freezing, let's say it's 36 or even 38, the road can still get slick. So you don't know, even if it's not sheer ice, you just got to be careful. So take it easy if you're driving. Pump the brakes, literally and figuratively, and
Yes.
just have yourself a nice ride home, folks, tonight. So we've got a great show tonight. You know what? Let's do the question, and then I'll tell everybody who is coming on tonight's Christmas Eve of weeknight version of Nightlight. But here's the question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Pregunta. Love it. Tonight's question, if you could create a national day of the year, what would it be? This is a great question because when I'm thinking of the question of the night before, I often consult the days of the year calendars, celebrity birthdays, the news, trends, whatever. But we've got a fair amount of questions from the National Day of the Year calendar. So that's our question tonight. There is a national day of the year for almost everything. But if you could create a national day of the year, what would it be? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know what your national day of the year would be. You can also text us on the app. Or if you're watching the radio, watching Nightlight tonight on the stream at X, YouTube, or Facebook, drop us a stream comment. Just get a hold of us one way or the other, folks. The phone lines are open. You got Morse code, Pony Express. Every option is at your leisure. Just be part of the show. It's always more fun that way. Have you given this any thought?
Yes, National Green Bay Packer Day.
Oh, that's original.
August 11th.
That's a thing?
No, it's not a thing. It's not officially a thing,
Oh.
but I'm going to make it a thing.
Okay.
August 11th, because that's the day the Packers were founded in 1919.
Nice. All right.
And also Sidney Sweeney Day.
I can dig it. In that order, I would flip-flop those two personally, as much of a sports fan as I am. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about this. I had a few, but driving down here today, I had this happen. Okay. I'm on University Drive in Marinette, and I'm going at a pretty good clip, and this guy pulls out of the hospital parking lot and just is driving like at a snail's pace. Didn't gauge the flow of traffic or anything, just completely clueless in his own world. So my day right now, I might change it throughout the course of the show, would be National Get Your Ass Out of the Left Lane Day. I think that could catch on. Yeah, but let us know what you think, folks. And again, I might change my answer. That was kind of rude. But I'll think of something else, too, because there's a lot of things that bother me on a daily basis. But let us know what your National Day of the Year would be. Great guest tonight, folks. Emerson Lehman will be here. He is the WBAY Action 2 News This Morning co-host. We always have fun when Emerson is here. He will be here at 5:35 after the news. And we have a Packer quiz. Conrad came up with one of his quizzes.
Yes.
I have a feeling Emerson usually crushes our quizzes, but you never know. This could be, he might come in overconfident and miss, an easy one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's true.
We'll see what happens. But Emerson will be here after the news at 5:35. It is Thursday, as I mentioned, so that means we are making the popcorn pick of the week tonight. And here to help us do it tonight is WGBW's own Laura McKenna. She is on the network here, or on the station here, I should say, from 9 to 2 p.m. every day. You can hear Laura bringing the oldies to the people. She does such a great job, multi-talented. She also marries people, Conrad. So keep that in mind if you meet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get a caller or a texter that says, I always have liked Conrad, I had no idea he wore hot dog socks, though, how can I get to know him a little better? You might want to just keep Laura's contact information in your back pocket. And then in the hour number 3, or Act 3, Lyle Sidney will be here from Fox Valley Comedy. We'll talk a little comedy with Lyle. There's your show, folks. That's a fun night. You add your texts in there and a dose of phone calls, and you've got yourself a recipe for a Thursday night edition of Nightlight. And when we come back, we're going to talk about 90s stuff that is no longer acceptable. You excited, Con?
Super excited.
Me too. We're coming right back. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
But when the night is falling, you can't
news, sports, and weather coming up in just about 8 minutes, folks. We will keep you posted on what is going on out there with the weather. It is a kind of a nasty day all over at least the eastern part of the state. But stay tuned for that. And then Emerson Lehman will be here. Emerson is the WBAY Action 2 News This Morning co-host, and he is always fun to have here in the studio. He'll be by in just a few minutes. So our question of the night is, what is your national day? If you could create a national day of the year, what would it be? I said National Get Your Ass Out of the Left Lane Day. Conrad said National Packers Day. It's a little predictable, Con. I mean,
Well,
I'm just saying.
I said National Cindy Sweeney Day, too, as well.
Yeah, and that's all right. You redeemed yourself. Dave on the stream says National Day of the Year where everyone's brain opens up, speaks freely with no filters. Don't we kind of have that already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's match that. Let's match what Dave said to a text on the text line that said, how about National Kindness Day? And by putting these two texts together, we can say, if you don't have anything nice to say, shut up. Say nice things, right? That's Terry from the 414 said National Kindness Day. Love it. Alice from Cudahy in the 414 says National I voted for the wrong guy day. Okay. That's probably a day that could happen. You never know. Let us know what you think, folks, and we will read your text on the radio. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight, and you've got the Civic Media Radio Network. Conrad Krieger working the board. I saw this, Con. I thought it was interesting. It was a Reddit list, and it was things that are socially acceptable in the 90s, but not anymore. One of them was like showing up at someone's place unannounced.
Yeah.
The pop-in. Like the Kramer on Seinfeld. Like, would you ever do that nowadays?
No.
And I'm kind of mad. Like, I lived through the 90s and the 80s, and I was part of that. And it didn't bother me. It was just the way things were. But now if someone just showed up unannounced and was like, hey, man, what's going on? I would be like, my whole day would be an upheaval.
You'd just be mad.
I would just be like, what's your deal? What's your story, pal? I would be nice about it, of course, but you know what I mean? Like, that's like, it's like someone leaving a voicemail, and this could be a National Day of the Year, too. National Leave the Reason Why You're Calling Day. Just don't just hang up and show me that you called or say, hey, could you give me a call? I got to ask you something. No prep whatsoever. People don't do that anymore. That's kind of considered socially unacceptable now.
I can't remember the last time I left a voicemail.
No, me either. My parents still leave voicemails. They're in the early 80s. My wife will leave me a voicemail. I mean, I talk to her 18 times a day. She will leave me a voicemail that I will never play because I know I'm going to talk to her in 2 minutes.
Only 18 times?
We're in love. What can I say? But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to listen to that. Why would I take the time? And it's usually if I miss her call, it's because I'm in the car or on the other phone or on the other line or whatever. Here are some other things that were socially acceptable in the 90s. Showing up at someone's house unannounced, not being reachable at all times. Kids now, like, they don't know what to do. Like, if my daughter doesn't get me right away, I get 3 texts, Dad. It's like, what? I'm in the middle of is there a fire? Like, can you wait 5 minutes? I love my kids. I'm just saying. You ever put your phone down?
It's down right now.
Well, it better be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it's okay to be unreachable. It's okay to not.
Yeah,
and I do.
Yeah.
I put my phone down, and then, but then you have the issue where people, like, maybe it's a work thing or a good friend that you didn't get back to for an hour. You're like, do they think I'm blowing them off? Or do they know I put my phone down? It's kind of weird. I don't like it this way. I like being reachable, but not at all times. So I'm kind of there. I'm kind of still stuck in 90s mode there. Here's another one, Con. Leave your kids in the car while you went grocery shopping. I would never do that.
See,
I never did that in the 90s either, though. I didn't have kids
I
in
mean,
the 90s.
when I was younger, I would ask if I could stay in the car.
But why?
Because I didn't want to go in the store.
Yeah. What would you do in the car? You didn't have a cell phone or anything.
Just relax.
Put your feet up on the dashboard.
Feet up.
Here's another one. This is obvious. Smoking in a restaurant. Okay, that's Burger King had smoking sections apparently.
I looked at the picture that is linked to this, and it's like, I remember those now. Where they
you?
had like the full like windows, the window panes going all the way up.
Right.
Yeah, I remember those sections. I think Dairy Queen had it too as well.
Really? Well, you could, I mean, and that was like kind of their concession. It was like you couldn't smoke, and then, well, all right, you can smoke here. And then it was, and I remember comedy clubs, that was a big thing, because like you would be on stage and just see nothing but smoke under the lights, and everybody's breathing that in, whether they're smoking or not. I think it's a good rule. Even though I have friends that smoke, they're like, that's ridiculous. It's a bar. Well, babysitting at age 10, multiple kids at once, and one of them was a newborn. Oh, my God. We never did that. We were a little overly protective with newborns, certainly. But, yeah, 10 years old, expecting them to be the go-to person is a bit much.
I don't think I ever babysat someone. I don't think I
You never babysat?
No, I
anybody?
don't think so.
Okay. Not trustworthy enough?
Yeah, probably.
Didn't pass a background check? We'll do a few more of those as the show goes on, folks. Our question of the night is, what national day of the year would you like to see? If you could create one, what would you do? Fun show tonight. Emerson Lehman is coming up after the news, which is just around the corner here. And then in hour number 2, we're making the popcorn pick of the week. And here to help us do it will be Laura McKenna. She is the WGBW 9 to 2 p.m. host, playing the oldies here. She will be by to make the popcorn pick. And then Lyle Sidney from Fox Valley Comedy is here in hour number 3. So glad you're with me, folks, on this rainy, wet, awesome Thursday night. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. We're coming back with Emerson Lehman here in the studio after the news on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Don't believe in fear.
here on a Thursday. Very wet. Perfect night to call the family in, sit around the radio, get mom her slippers, get dad his smoking jacket, let the kids fire up a big doobie and listen to the radio. Right, Con?
I mean, I've never heard that before, but I like it.
What happened to our bubble effects? It is National Bubble Bath Day. Do you have those at the ready, just in case we want to give the impression that we're all just kind of chilling out? Excellent. Okay, we get it.
I feel so clean now.
That is the voice of our first guest of the night, folks. He is one of our pals here. He's the WBAY Action 2 News This Morning host, one of the co-hosts here in Green Bay. If you're watching on the stream, you can see his handsome face there. What's the hat, Emerson?
Ball State.
Oh, yeah.
Ball State Cardinals, baby.
I love
Represent.
it.
Chirp, chirp.
David Letterman.
Yes, sir.
That's a big broadcasting school, right?
Huge broadcast. That's
Yeah.
why I went there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they've done well for you. I mean,
I like to think it worked out so far.
You're like a rock star. You're a rock star. Let's talk about it. Let's get this out of the way.
I love coming on Nite Light because I always get gassed up by Pete.
Well, I'm just being honest because I'm kind of a jack of a few trades. You are crushing. You got a great gig on camera on the news here, and I know you're loving it here because you always tell me you are at WBAY here in downtown Green Bay. You are like, if there is a pickleball ranking in the Midwest or Wisconsin, you have to be at the top 10 in Wisconsin, top 5. What are we looking at here?
That's a good question. I don't think it's top 10 or top 5. I don't think I'm that high, but I'm doing top 50 maybe.
Top 50?
Yeah, I would probably confidently say that. Maybe.
Okay. You raced cars.
Yeah, that was a while back,
Okay.
but I've been blessed with a lot of cool opportunities.
Yeah.
Thanks to two amazing parents who just kind of encouraged us to just go for it.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that to anyone. If you
have good
have
parents.
something you want to do, if you have good parents, just go for it. And it's
Good support system.
you work for it. You have a really good support system around you. I have a great family, amazing friends, and it's you just go for it and try and put your best foot forward every day and just try and I have a curse where if I'm going to do something, I want to try and be the best at it. So that makes you really work hard at it and try and put your best foot forward. And I will not say that I'm the best at anything I've done, but I at least try and do it well. And that works out well for me, I think.
Well, it's like, what else, I mean, I guess if you want to dabble in something, that's fine. But you're right. If you're obviously in work, you want to be the best.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Ball State, and they prepared you for this job. How did you where did pickleball? You must be just self-taught because that sport sprang up out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it did. So I remember we had a class in gym class. So the same high school Conrad went to back in Kewaskum. I'm assuming he probably had the course at some point too, but we learned it there. And I was a tennis player in high school. I thought I was going to play tennis in college. I'm really glad that I didn't. But we learned pickleball, and I was a tennis guy, so I picked up on it pretty well. A paddle in your hand, and hitting a wiffle ball. But I didn't really learn the intricacies of the sport until I was working up in Wausau for my first gig out of college, and my buddy Brendan and I were noon basketball players during the week, but then COVID happened and we couldn't play noon basketball, but we saw some pickleball courts and they were letting people play pickleball at the YMCA.
Nice.
So we went and bought, some paddles from Walmart and showed up, and we were just hitting the ball around, and they must have been in their 60s. Some nice ladies said, "Hey, do you want to actually learn how to play?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And they mopped us, mopped the floor with us. And
good lesson.
It was a great lesson. And we came back the next day and the day after that. And I worked the overnight shift through the mornings. I was in the mornings there. So I would get done in Wausau at 9 o'clock in the morning. And they were playing pickleball from 9 to noon at the local park there in Wausau. So I was every day. As soon as I get done with work, go outdoor, play pickleball. And I just kept playing, kept getting a little bit better. And now we're playing almost every day.
So you've got 6-7 years in?
I think it's 5. I did the math.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 5 years. It was middle toward the end of the pandemic. So it was, I think early 2021 is when it happened, or late 2020, something like that. So around 5 or 6.
That's so great. What is going on in Green Bay that we need to know about? Are there any fun stories happening here? Current events? We've got Packers Bears. We'll talk a little bit about that. I'm sure you guys are talking about that in the news as well. But what else is happening?
Yeah, Packers Bears obviously really the big story this week, right? You just so much excitement going on. The build up to that after 2 games already this year. That
in the last month.
Here we go. Yeah, we've got Small Towns airing at 6:00 tonight.
Okay,
that's not Green Bay this week. We were up in Porterfield, so your neck of the woods.
Oh, right.
The Thomas Wiedemeyer Sawmill is up there. They've been there this is their 61st year. Really cool, multi-generation, family-run sawmill up there. And I had never, you go to Menards, or your local hardware store. No free ads here. You go check that out, and wherever you get your your 2x4s or your nice boards and pieces of wood. And I'm not a handyman or a construction man, but I've seen my cousins do it. You go buy wood or whatever, and I'm always thinking, how did it get to that? Tree log, and we got to see that firsthand. There's big saws breaking these things down into the different wood and whatnot, chipping things into mulch, and just it was for someone who hasn't done that type of work, it was very fascinating for me to go in and see all this heavy machinery and see it all carved up, and it just such a wonderful family up there sharing their story with us. So that'll be at about 6, probably 10 tonight on Action 2 News at 6. So that's why I'm here at 5:35, so I can
you can see your own show.
Be in and out.
You never miss an episode of your own show.
Exactly. Gotta watch it, make sure it airs well.
That's Emerson Lehman. He is the one of the morning hosts of WBAY's Action 2 News this morning. He joins us here periodically in the studio, which is always fun. I'm with you. I love watching people who really know what they're doing and have a skill set that I don't. Like I remember my neighbor was having a tree taken down, and this guy gets there and he's surveying, and he's got his equipment around the tree and he's measuring stuff, and it's like, how long did it take them to get good at that? Like, did trees fall where they should, like on a house, before he figured? And this was kind of funny. One of our other neighbors came over and said, "Oh yeah, that's Mark. Yeah, we were at the bar till 4 a.m. last night. And the woman taking the tree down like her house was in the path." And she's like, "What?" But that fascinates me, and especially like with a sawmill, and I don't know. It's just I love watching people do stuff that they're good at.
It's so cool, man. And that's we've talked about it before, but this series, I'm a full year in now, and it's small towns, and it's such a blessing to be able to go to these communities and see these people share their professions or their hobbies. Next week, we're going to Princeton for wood carving, and it's just they're so passionate about what they're doing, and you see that light in their eyes as they're talking about it, and then being able to, my photojournalist Shane Fitzsimmons, he does such a great job of taking the script that I give him and turning it into something that's really special, not only for us to share with people, but for these families, these individuals who the internet lives forever, right? These stories are going online, so they're living for the rest of their lives. They can use them and show their family and friends, and it's their 15 minutes of fame, right? And it's so special to be able to bring that to people.
That's great. And you've been hosting that. You took over that show, Small Towns, which isn't a side hustle, but another one of your duties at WBAY. So it's on tonight. And when else can they see it online if they can't?
Yeah, it'll air online. If you head to WBAY.com, there's a Small Towns tab right at the top. Click that. You can watch every story that we've done over the past year, and we continue to do that. It'll be up there 15, 20 minutes after the show airs. So it's there for people to check out on air, online, all the options. You have no excuse not to watch.
Maybe Emerson has been to your town, so definitely check it out. It's a great show.
And if I haven't, send me a message on my Facebook page, and we'll probably get there. So,
all right, cool. Can they reach out to WBAY too to try to get
reach out WBAY, reach out to me, and they'll if you reach out to the station, they'll make sure it gets in the right hands.
Okay, fantastic. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Not really.
Okay.
I've been saying hand up accountability in 2026.
Okay.
And that maybe is turning into my resolution. I didn't on New Year's say that's what I'm going to do this year, but it's just kind of, that's been
what I'm hearing
the
right
past
now?
week. So
I'm hearing, Pete, I've pretty much got everything figured out. There's really nothing I need to work harder on or get better at. Conrad?
I mean, it's kind of sounding like it.
I need to stop drinking so much Arnold Palmer.
Ooh,
But
okay.
that is what I would pick to have a national day. So that doesn't really.
I was going to ask you that too.
Yeah.
But dry January. You could give that up. You could give up the Arnold Palmers.
I do want to clearly state not the Arnold Palmer with alcohol in it.
Oh, okay.
Just the big gallon jugs of Arizona tea that you buy at the store.
I was thinking you polished off a few Arnold Palmers before you hit the pickleball court.
No.
Yeah, get in that
is-
zone like when you're playing pool where you
get
feel
locked
like
in. Yeah.
right.
No. It is the G-rated version of Arnold Palmer's that I am enjoying all the time.
That's what I tell people. I haven't had a drink in 3 years, and it sucks. Not just because, and I don't mean that. Like, I like not drinking, but there are times when I just want the taste, and I could probably be like, I've had a couple sips of my son got an old fashioned a few months ago. Let me taste that. I've never tasted. And I had a shot of beer at my uncle's funeral. He liked Miller Lite. That was his beer, so we did that. But I just, if I put a whole one back and I get in that zone where I'm feeling great. Because, I've stopped drinking like 3 times.
Sure.
In the last, like, let's say 6 years. And COVID, I went back. I'm like, hell with it. Pour me a drink. It's like we're locked up anyway.
We're locked down for a while.
It's like, I'm going to have a drink. So, but, you do miss the taste once in a while. But I applaud people for doing dry January. Just to reset.
I did
Even
it
if
last
that's all
year. It was
did you?
pretty, and I don't drink super often. I would
Right.
say I usually, like, I'm not the kind of person that's going to go home after a day and have a beer with dinner or something. I just don't do that.
Right.
But I will on, special occasions if I'm getting together with the buddies from college or weddings. So,
Yeah.
I got to get out on the dance floor somehow. So you need a little encouragement there, I guess. But yeah.
That's fantastic. Emerson is a skilled pickleball player. He used to race cars. He's a hot shot on the morning news here in Green Bay, and he is a really fun guest to have here at Night Light. We love having him in the studio. We are going to I think what we'll do, let's talk a little Bears-Packers after the break.
Sounds like a plan.
Because I'm sure you guys have been covering it. I would love to know what when Conrad's out of the tub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
When Conrad's out of the tub, we'll come back after a break. But we'll talk about that. Do you take baths? Do you ever take a bath? Is that a personal question? I've never asked another grown man if he takes a bath, other than Conrad.
I'm a
'cause on
shower
the
guy.
air.
I'm
Yeah.
a shower guy.
I remember the start of
Same.
the show. I said, when does it get too personal?
What is it? Yeah. Like, what do you wear into the tub? Bermuda shorts and a sweater, of course.
Some sandals.
So we'll talk to Emerson. We're going to talk about some Packers. It is Thursday, folks. That means it's the popcorn pick of the week tonight. WGBW's own Laura McKenna will be here in studio to make that pick. And Jack on the stream watching the show says, Emerson, you look great.
Jack is my pickleball partner in the upcoming Badger State game. So shout out, Jack.
That
Thanks, buddy.
sounds really
Appreciate you.
That sounds official. We're going to have to get into that, too. And then Stacy Sue says, National Buy a Houseplant Day. Oh, see, I always think people are going to be snarky and sarcastic, but that's nice. Thank you, Stacy, for a nice, normal text. That it does wonders for my warped mind. All right, we're coming back with Emerson Lehman. We're going to talk a little Bears-Packers, and we'll get a TV host perspective on the big game that's coming up. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Ride like a 747 and you lose yourself in the sky among the clouds in your heaven calls. Let's roll.
Schwaba and Nightlight. Great to have you here tonight, folks, on a rainy Thursday night here in the state of Wisconsin. Steady Eddie on the text line in the 608. I'm a little worried, Con, because Steady Eddie, much earlier than we're used to. So I want to ask Steady Eddie if things are okay. Maybe he's got a date.
Maybe he needs a bubble bath.
Maybe he... Do you know where he could find one of those? It's just such an easy, cheap laugh. I'm not above it. Steady Eddie says, Pete, I feel like throwing my technology phone computer against the wall out of frustration day. Yeah, you would not be alone there. Do you ever... Emerson Lehman is here, folks. Emerson joins us periodically. We love having him in the studio. He is one of the hosts of the WBA Action 2 News This Morning show here in Green Bay and does such a great job. Are you techno savvy, would you say?
I think people assume that I know more about technology than I really do.
Okay.
Because, you're on TV, you know about this.
You got a computer in front of you.
I like, don't get me wrong, I know my way around a smartphone, and I can edit some stuff and plug in some HDMI cords, but I'm not a tech savvy person by any means, I would say.
Here's what I don't get. I think the programmers, the tech people, whatever they powers that be, like lately I use a lot of voice, and I'll say, the other day I used the word mark. Well, it puts M-A-R-C. There are probably 7 people in the world that spell mark like that.
Yeah.
It's like, really? This is where my smartphone is going with this?
It's like when you end up sending someone the word duck because it autocorrects to that, and it's just like no one is saying the word duck in a text unless you're going,
duck
to
hunting.
feed the ducks or
Right.
duck hunting or something. But 90% of people, I'm not trying to say duck right now, but
That's kind of my point. And like
smartphones are cleaning up the language in the world.
right. And they know when something comes up and I go to click on it and the screen adjusts and moves,
Yeah.
so I click the ad.
Yep.
That has to be
They're
they're getting clicks and they're programmed to do that but it drives me bananas. I just think it's insidious and evil. Like
frustrating.
A little, if you do 20 of those a day, that can raise your blood pressure. Like little things like that. And phones are supposed to be our friends, right?
I play Wordle a lot, in the
same.
mornings, and I was I logged in on my phone, I was going to play it, clicked into Wordle,
Yeah.
and it gave me an ad for another game, like on their
Right.
well, I didn't even type in a word yet, and I tried to click a D, and that's when the ad popped up.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
I clicked it,
They know.
and it goes to the next game. I'm like, no, I wasn't even done with the first.
Exactly. It's like they can sense your finger heat going to the button, and that's when they pop the ad up. I guarantee you, whatever. All right. Folks, Emerson Lehman is here. We have a great, we always have fun when Emerson is here. He's taken several of our quizzes, and I think you've crushed them. We're going to do that after the news.
I enjoy quizzes.
Okay.
They're fun.
So we've got news, sports, and weather coming up in just a few minutes. But beforehand, let's talk about this great rubber match coming up between the Bears and the Packers in just 2 days. I'm thinking about, we're probably going to Chicago. I haven't scored tickets yet.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm a Bears fan. I don't know if you knew that.
I
Get
did know that.
out in the open. What is your take on the game? Because you guys obviously talk about the Packers a lot on TV. What's the sense in the community about the game here in the home city of Green Bay?
Man, it's such a buzz, right? And it's so fun, I think, to have the Bears being actually kind of good again.
Yeah,
like that
they're getting there.
That's nice because it just the first two that they played, I think, and the fact that they split the series this year to make this, like you said, the rubber match.
Yeah,
it just adds to the hype of everything. And man, people are so pumped, and it's going to be so much fun to watch, and just the atmosphere. But just it makes that rivalry mean something again,
Absolutely.
right? Because for a few years there, not trying to talk down on your team, but like it was,
Go ahead.
it was,
I'm used to it.
it was pretty much 2 guaranteed wins. Like here we go.
I know.
And it just, when rivalries aren't as special, when it's not close and you really feel that you're fighting for it. And it's going to be really cool. I mean, the Bears have a pretty rocking team this year, and Packers obviously dealing with some injuries, but you can never count out the green and gold, right? They're going to come out swinging into the lower seed, but they've done that before. and it's
Right.
just going to be. I'm really excited. We're going to have a ton of. I'm not working, but we've got the whole line of coverage set up for right after the game's done. Our cover 2 coverage, where we're going to have, all the locker room interviews and just really extended coverage, talking with the fans out at some of the bars in Green Bay, getting their reaction, whether they're happy or sad, and just really.
Either way, it's news.
It's
right?
news, right?
Yeah.
It's news. So make sure if you watch the game and you're looking for some reaction afterwards, click on over to Channel 2 and see what's going on.
Here's what I'll say. You're right. The Bears have been terrible with a few moments in there. When
Shining moments, right? Yeah.
06, they went to the Super Bowl. 18, they made the playoffs. But that's it. They've been bad.
And you're loyal to stick with them. That's cool.
Well, yeah, it's tough because, there have been so many occasions where, and especially with Rodgers, I think the Bears did better against Favre. Lovie Smith had his a few wins against the Packers. But, if there's 30 seconds left on the clock, I know we're losing. That's how traumatic it was. So when the Bears won that last game in the fashion they did, I go, okay, that almost makes up for 20 years. That's how exciting
that feels really good right now. Yeah.
But I know that Love is going to come out and pick. The Bears they can't stop the run, and they have no pass rush. And maybe they could win a shootout.
I think it's going to be a really close game. I really do. I think it's going to be close.
I hope not. I can't handle another one.
It's going to be
last
intense.
2 came down to the last possession.
Overtime in the one. Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I really do.
Even if we lose, and we meaning if the Bears lose, I kind of hope it's just over right away because I don't want to. I'm so tired.
Either a blowout
Yeah.
or just one. No, I feel that's not going to happen for you, my friend.
All right, we're going to test Emerson's knowledge of his beloved Green Bay Packers and Conrad's beloved Green Bay Packers. We'll do that after the news, which is coming up next. And it is the Popcorn Pick of the Week, folks. Laura McKenna will be here at 6:35. She is the WGBW host here daily from 9 to 2 p.m. And then we're talking comedy in hour number 3. We are coming right back with Emerson Lehman from WBAY here in Green Bay. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Bye-bye, love. Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries taking a victory lap after enough Republicans joined Democrats to pass a bill to extend Obamacare subsidies for another 3 years.
The People's House has just delivered a decisive victory for the American people.
The battle was at the center of the government shutdown, but in an election year, some Republicans bucked GOP leadership today. House Leader Mike Johnson called it bad policy. The measure now goes back to the Senate for approval. Tensions flaring in Minneapolis following yesterday's deadly shooting of Renee Good by an ICE officer. Protests continue for a second night. Governor Tim Walz demanded a full investigation and called for calm.
They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do.
Federal authorities say the ICE agent acted in self-defense and was an experienced member of ICE's special response team. This is ABC News. Fewer imports are coming into the U.S., just one effect, analysts say, of President Trump's ongoing global tariffs. ABC's Jim Ryan says the impact is now reflected in the latest report on the nation's trade deficit.
The difference between what the U.S. imports and what it exports was nearly cut in half from September to October, from a $48 billion trade deficit down to $29 billion, the lowest since 2009. The Trump administration has pointed to the shrinking trade deficit in recent months as evidence that its economic policies are working.
A suburban New York man cannot register trademarks for All Rise, and here comes the judge. That according to a federal appeals court today ruling, siding with the New York Yankees star Aaron Judge and the Major League Baseball Players Association, who opposed registering phrases that the baseball community uses to play on a surname. Michael Chisnia of Garden City sought to register the phrases for clothing and namely T-shirts. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Civic Media.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A flood watch remains in effect due to rainfall amounts a half an inch to an inch and even some snow mixed late. Some runoff could produce areas of flooding and ice jams. Low in the mid-30s. For tomorrow, some rain and snow in the morning, then a little afternoon sun and a high near 40. Currently, it's 37.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who can still look intimidating in leg warmers, Pete Schwaba.
All right. Welcome back, folks. It is time for Act 2 of Nite Light with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me. If you missed the first hour, we had a great talk about bubble baths. We broke some hard-hitting news. There you go. Thanks to sound effects. We talked about some things that weren't, that you just wouldn't do now that you even did as recently as the 90s. So that was fun. And Emerson Lehman joined us at 5:35. And we talked to Emerson about his show Small Towns and all the work he's doing over there at WBAY. He's one of the co-hosts of the Action 2 News This Morning. And he is here in the studio right now. And we will be back to Emerson in just a moment. Coming up at the bottom of the hour after the news, Laura McKenna from WGBW, right here where we're sitting. She comes in. Does she come in every day, Conrad? Do you ever see her here?
I'm not totally sure.
So maybe she works here, maybe she doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get to the bottom of that, too. But she's going to make the popcorn pick of the week in just about a half an hour, so that will be fun. And we are talking comedy in hour number 3 with Lyle Sidney from Fox Valley Comedy. Our question of the night, should we just reintroduce it? Let's reintroduce it. Here's the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Questions.
What day of the year would you create if it was up to you? If you could create a national day of the year, what would it be? We get a lot of our questions of the night from the National Days of the Year calendar. But if you could be responsible for one, what would you do? Let us know. 855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app. Or if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X Twitter, drop us a stream comment and we will read it on the radio. It's always more fun when you guys participate. As you know, as always, the phone lines are open to 855-752-4842. There is a flood warning. Emerson, you're a news guy.
Yeah.
So I can ask you about this. Have you ever been in a flood?
I don't know that I've been in a flood. I've reported on floods.
Okay.
Yeah, down in Milwaukee, I reported on a school bus that got stuck in floodwaters. That was a pretty big story. Yeah. They all got out okay. It was all good, but
wow.
That one stands out to me in my severe weather reporting days.
What do you do? You got kids on a school bus. You're reporting the story. Do you chuck the mic and go help the kids?
So they weren't.
Or what do you like?
Yeah,
that's a dilemma. I mean,
that is a dilemma. I would jump if they're really. You let the police and first responders do the thing, but like if some crazy situation happens and they're like, we need a set of hands. Like, yeah, obviously I'm dropping the mic and doing that. Like that. I'm a human being, right? You got to go. You got to help out. But
you passed that test with flying colors, by the way.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
We talked about Conrad and I were talking about flood pants before.
Yeah, I heard
nobody
that.
really owns a pair of flood pants anymore.
I mean, you were kind of talking bad about the suits that are shorter, and I am definitely a showing off the ankle kind of guy.
Are
so
you?
Yeah,
you got good anks.
Yeah, I think so.
That's it.
You got any cool socks like I do?
Conrad has hot dog socks.
I do have. I've got a pair of pickleball socks. I've got some other fun design, just patterns and whatnot.
Okay.
I'm a no-show kind of sock guy too. Like I'll literally show off the bare ankle.
Whoa,
it's crazy.
You know what I see in your future? A WBAY calendar. The ankles of your the anchorals. Two things have happened on this show tonight. I've asked another grown man if he takes bubble baths and if he had nice ankles. And I don't think I've ever done that. And I didn't mean it in any kind of...
And I was proud to answer
I'm
both
happily
of those
married.
questions.
You were. You're a sport. That's great. But the flood, this is something that's could happen. There's a lot of rain coming down. And
I've been shameless plugs all night. First Alert Weather app, WBAY. We've got you covered. Our meteorologists,
absolutely
best in the biz. So check it out if you need those weather alerts.
You have a lot of street cred too, though, because you've won an Emmy. We've talked about that before.
We have.
Very exciting.
It was.
And when is the next round of that? Like, when will you find out if you're qualified again for an Emmy this year?
That won't be they just had the ceremony back in November, so I don't think submissions will even be a thing until probably May.
Okay.
So it'll be a while.
Wow.
We're actually the Wisconsin Broadcaster Association Awards. Those are they compile the whole year. So we're working on some of our 2025 entries. So hopefully I'll have a couple in that, and we can maybe try and bring one or two of those back to Green Bay. But yeah, it's always you don't do it for awards, right? You do it because you want to do good work.
Sure.
But it's always nice to get that recognition when you do a good job. So,
and even though they say like you've been nominated, and people go, "Well, that's great," and it is, but when you're there, I'm sure you're like, "I want that."
Yeah, I love the fact that you have the trophy. I have the trophy sitting at home on one of my in a nice spot where you can see it.
Yeah,
but. It's so special, and I'm so proud to have won one time. But now it's like you won once, and you want that second one so darn bad.
You want to repeat.
And it's been a little elusive the past couple of years, so hopefully that'll change at some point.
You already got one though, right?
I do have one. I do have
your Super Bowl win.
Very, very proud to have that one.
You said you mentioned your girlfriend before, not by name, but it's obvious you're dating someone, which makes me feel better about asking you about bubble baths and your ankles. But what did you have the Emmy before you met her?
Yes.
That is my Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she was probably, not to say she wouldn't have dated you anyway. You're a handsome guy, nice person, but
yeah,
the Emmy had to help.
I don't know if she really. I think the first time she even referenced it was when I said, "What do you think I would save in a fire?" That conversation came up, and she goes, "You're grabbing your Emmy," and I was like, "Yeah, that's probably fair." But
the first time she came over, did you put the Emmy front and center? So
no,
she could
I didn't. I didn't. But it's like you walk into my apartment and where it's at, you can
see it.
If you take a glance around, you're gonna see the shiny little trophy in the corner. So there's a statuette.
I think I'm putting a spotlight on that thing if I've got someone coming over.
When I was when I won it, I was actually back. It was in Milwaukee, and I was with my. I left it at my parents' house. I wanted it to be. I knew it was safe at my parents' house. That I'm just like, you know what? I didn't have a place to put it. I was in a really small apartment. I didn't have a cool, really place to really display it. I'm like, Mom, can I leave this here? She's like, oh, absolutely. And they thought it was the coolest thing. They've got gold lights like around. I'm like, I should have just left it there. It was they had a whole mantle thing for it, and then I think they were a little bummed out. So that's why I got to win another one, so I can keep one there, so they can have
give
that
them
and be
their
able to
Emmy.
see it. Yeah, exactly.
See, if I won an Emmy, I would put that thing. I would have it in bed next to me. I would probably say goodnight Emmy every night or something. I don't know. What would you do, Con? Where would you keep an Emmy if you won an Emmy?
In the bathroom, maybe.
Yeah,
in the bathroom. It had its victory tour, because we wanted. It was the first week of December, so Christmas is coming up. So I took it to family Christmas. All my aunts and cousins and whatnot are taking their selfies. It was fun. It was cool.
Did
it was
you act
special.
like you didn't know you had it? Like I had. I'm sorry, I brought the Emmy.
I go, oh, by the way, I know.
In the car.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Emerson Lehman is here, folks. He's one of the co-hosts of the WBAY Action 2 News This Morning show. Does a great job over there. He also hosts a show called Small Towns, which is probably on right now.
Yeah, so
on WBAY.
Make sure after you're done listening to Nite Lite, you head to WBAY.com, click on the Small Town tab, and watch Small Towns tonight.
Great show. And now Emerson is nice enough to take one of our quizzes. He's pretty much put us in our place previously, but we do have a Packer quiz, and we're kind of hoping, we're anticipating you'll be a little overly confident and maybe miss one. Not that we want that.
I'm not super confident, but we'll go for it here.
All right, Connor, you got the.
I'm cheering the green and gold on hard on Saturday night, but I don't know that I have the. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, perfect.
Is that if I get it right?
What happens if he gets it wrong? Do you got that one ready? He just does it. Well, we had a sound effect. What happened to that?
It got deleted. It was too negative.
God, whatever. All right, Emerson Lehman is here, folks. He's going to take our Packer quiz. This is a quiz based on Packer players. He's got to guess the player. It is multiple choice, so I like your chances.
That's better.
That'll help.
That. That's good.
All right, number one, Emerson Lehman, Packer quiz.
10 questions?
We've 74, Conrad has. No, 11. How many?
15.
All right, let's see how many.
15.
We might
14, 15 is
taking the ACTs again, man. Okay, here we go.
All right. Who is that Packer? Number one. Who was the Packers quarterback when they won the Super Bowl, when they won Super Bowl XLV?
45.
Conrad. Jeez. Okay. Was it A, Brett Favre, B, Aaron Rodgers, C, Jordan Love, D, Matt Flynn?
45. Which one is it this year? Is 45 2010?
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably
it was
60.
Aaron Rodgers.
Good call. That's B for those of you scoring.
That is a long time ago. It's like 59 this year, right? Yeah, we need
59 or 60. 59. I guess.
We need another
59.
one.
Yeah,
we need another one. That's a while.
When you say we, you mean you, Conrad, and me, right? We need. I've already got an Emmy. I want a Super Bowl trophy.
We could probably coach.
Conrad's got a bonus here. He says, "What was that QB wearing at the podium when he received the Super Bowl MVP? Was it? Do you know? It's not. This part is not multiple choice.
It's bonus, so you don't get multiple choice.
Right. Okay.
But I can use that if I get one wrong.
True.
I knew how to work the system in high school.
Or at Ball State.
I don't know what he was wearing.
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, nice.
Wrestling.
Oh, was it the champion belt? Hey.
Okay, here's
Thanks,
another bonus. Where did that QB, Aaron Rodgers, say he was going to go after the Super Bowl?
Is it a restaurant in Green Bay?
No. It's a much bigger spectacle.
Disney World.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
He's going to wear his WWE belt to It's a Small World.
I bet he said he was
That
going.
was like, I think, until like 2014 is when they don't say it anymore, I don't think.
Okay. All right, number 2. Emerson is 1 for 1, and he's got some bonus points. He's on a roll here. Which wide receiver was famous for catching deep passes and wearing number 87?
Jordy.
Yeah.
I don't even have. I know that.
Okay. I told you it was going to be easy.
I appreciate Conrad's quizzes.
Well, yeah, after that, I would imagine you do. All right, number 3. Who wore a hoodie under his jersey during games? Was it A, MVS, B, James Jones, C, Devontae Adams, D, Alan Lazard?
Is it MVS or Alan Lazard?
No.
It's James Jones. You can't give me that.
I mean, I was just going to say, is it one of these 3? No, it's got to be the other one. Like, okay.
I wish I could have done that in school.
Conrad just handed out answers. Thank you.
All right, so we've got Emerson. We're going to say you're 3 for 3, though, because you got the bonus point.
We can rapid fire here if we need to.
All right. We got which Packers running back was from Alabama and played in the mid-2010s?
Eddie Lacy.
Wow.
Number 5, who is this Packers defender with long blonde hair who wore number 52?
Clay Matthews.
6, which wide receiver became Aaron Rodgers' main target from 2016 to 2021?
Is that Randall Cobb?
It is not.
Okay. I should have taken
Read the options.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Should have taken the options.
A, Peter Lightfeet Schwab's the third? B, Christian Watson. C, Devontae Adams. D, DK Metcalf.
Devontae. That was dumb. My bad.
You jumped the gun there.
He did love Randall Cobb, though. They're buddies.
He did.
Yes.
Number 7, what defensive player during the super run in 2010
Whoops.
self-nicknamed himself the Freezer? Was it A, Travis Swift, B, Micah Parsons, C, B.J. Raji, or D, A.J. Matthews?
B.J. Raji.
Is A.J. Matthews a thing?
No, that was A.J.
Hawkins. What should we do here? Do you got to run? Or
I can finish up. If we
all right,
need
let's
to.
finish
Yeah,
up.
we
We're
can
going to do
finish
another
up.
very short break, and we get a lot of mileage out of Emerson. He's awesome. He's coming right back. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
When I started my baking business at my kitchen table, I named it after my mom. Now, Vintage Rose has grown from a hobby to a thriving bakery and cafe. Everything from our cakes and cookies to sandwiches served on our homemade bread is made with love and care. Stop in for a tasty treat or lunch with the team, or grab a latte and a muffin at our drive-thru. Come be a part of our dream at Vintage Rose Bakery and Sandwich Shop off Mid-Valley Drive in De Pere.
Streaming TV is where it's at. It's not about cutting the cord anymore. It's all about your customized TV options. With the best and cheapest high-speed internet and your own TV subscriptions, we've got your dream TV lineup. Between wired and satellite internet and TV, save money and get more internet speed and better TV today by calling the Whole Home Connect.
800-217-9129. 800-217-9129. 800-217-9129.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
I do like talking about it, though. It's fun to talk.
Can't wait.
I love when people ask questions about stuff like that. People never seek my advice, and I find that strange because I'm a pretty learned guy.
I get paid to ask questions.
That's true.
I'm a professional question asker.
That's right. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite. So fun to have you here tonight, folks. Emerson Lehman is here in the studio. Staying the full hour. This going beyond, above and beyond.
Only for you guys.
If you just watch Small Towns on WBAY and you're joining us, that's great. Otherwise, check it out online on the WBAY website. You can see Small Towns, just a tab you click on, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Couldn't have said it better.
All right. I'm just here to help. Not that you need it because you're a rock star, but we are halfway through our quiz, our Packers quiz for WBAY Action 2 News This Morning, co-anchor Emerson Lehman, who we always love it when he comes by. He's crushing the quiz, Con. I don't know how you feel about that. He's 6 for 7.
Yep.
6'7".
And
sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. That was
all right. You're a news guy. What is going on?
I have no clue what it is, but it's,
nobody does.
I did that at Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think it was Thanksgiving, and my little cousin who's 6 was like freaking out that I knew what. I don't know what it is, but it's.
Does it crack you
it's
up?
It's taken over. I think it's dying out already. Actually.
Oh,
but
really?
I think so. That's what some of my cousins told me around Christmas time. So.
Because some people get mad. I'm like, who cares? Like, kids flip out. And my wife is a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
You know, she'll say the kid, even at that age, they know. So what?
It's funny. Our meteorologist goes to all these school talks, and he'll get the kids when he texts a video. He'll get them to do it, and I'm like, "Oh, these teachers must hate you, dude, because you get them all jacked up with the 6'7", and yeah, it's funny.
It's so funny, so weird, and I love it. All right, question number 8. This is our Packers quiz, folks, that Emerson is doing very well on. He did get some extra credit, which makes up for one of the misses, but he's still at 6 for 7, correct, Con?
Correct.
All right, got the sound effects? Not the bubble bath, the other one. All right. Number 8. Which Packers offensive lineman is known for protecting Rodgers' blind side for years? You can just guess if you want, or I can give you the... I think you need the choices. So
I know who it is, but it's the guy who drinks all the beers that I can't remember his name for the life.
Yeah, just do the multiple choice.
Yeah, I'll know as soon as I hear his name. It's just escaping me at the moment.
Is it D, David Bakhtiari?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I just needed to hear the name. Thank you.
Or the A would have been a good choice, too. K, the Pancake Krieger.
I emphasized the U there, so you had to
Kruger?
Yeah.
Oh, the one time you want me to say Kruger.
I bet Khan could protect the blind side pretty well.
He can almost bench 300 pounds. He's inching his way toward 300 pounds.
What are you at now, Khan?
I'm at 275 right now. No, 285.
285, yeah.
Goodness.
And that will come in handy if something ever goes down in the street. He says, listen, buddy, hold on, stay right there.
We're not even neighbors anymore.
I'm
You
going to
can't
get
help
my
me out.
bench, and I'm going to bench you. So that,
Let me
stay right there.
Stay right there.
Do not
leave.
move.
I'm getting a U-Haul. All right. All right. Emerson is 7 for 8. That's not a funny phrase, so we'll keep moving. Who is the Packers cornerback known for elite coverage and big celebrations? Is it A, Jair Alexander, B, Rasul Douglas? Hope I'm getting that right. C, Nixon, D, Jared Goff.
Jair Alexander is also really good at crashing WBAY newscasts, but that's a whole other story. But yes, he's got some good celebrations.
What was the deal there? That she didn't recognize him at first?
No, she's standing out.
Yeah,
no one's around at this time. She's standing there for a live report, and he just crashed it from behind her, and she didn't even get a chance to.
I wouldn't have put that together.
She didn't get a chance to. He's got I think he was wearing a hat or a hood. I don't know how it was, but he just real quick and was gone. And she's talking, and I mean, you're focused. There's light shining on you, and then she's just like, "Oh, a fan there is excited about the Packers," because that will happen at games where if you're out reporting outside the stadium, drunk fans will there. And she thought it was just a fan, maybe that was at the pro shop or something, and turns out it was Jair Alexander.
That's what I would have thought. I remember reading a couple comments going, how did she not know?
And everybody who, I think we talked about this like my first time on the show with you. And I'll say it again, anybody who was saying, oh my gosh, I would have, no, you wouldn't have.
You would not have.
If you've never spoken in front of a television camera before, you would not have known. Just stop. Just stop typing.
It's the armchair.
Keyboard warriors, stop typing.
Exactly. All right. How about a national No More Keyboard Warriors?
That'd be fantastic.
Number 10, which Packer scored a pick six in Super Bowl 45? 45. Was it A, Charles Woodson? Love Charles Woodson. B, Donald Driver Jr. the fourth. C, Nick Collins. D, B.J. Raji.
You said defensive back?
Does not say.
Was it B.J. Raji? Didn't he get a...
That was the game before.
Okay, so I'm not totally off there. Was Charles Woodson still playing at that time?
He was. He got hurt during the game, though, so he couldn't finish.
So he could have been after he scored the pick six, though, too.
Mm-hmm. It's Woodson, or what's the other guy? Not Raji, not Donald Driver the fourth.
When in doubt.
What position? I'm going to go Woodson.
Oh,
it was
Nick Collins.
It was Nick Collins. I knew it, and I panicked.
You're still doing great.
All right.
All right, we got time for maybe one or two more. This wide receiver exploded as a rookie in 2022 and became Aaron Rodgers' most trusted target almost immediately. A, Alan Lazard, B, Bo Melton, C, Christian Watson, D, Phillip Rivers, first kid, he has 10.
Alan Lazard.
Incorrect.
What?
It's Christian Watson.
I wouldn't
For
have guessed.
Rodgers?
Yeah.
It was his favorite. I thought they weren't like on the same page, or
no,
because Lazard went to New York with Rodgers, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's why I went with that. But okay, I'm gonna
let's do one. We got to go out on a positive.
Yeah, we got to
note.
go out on a positive.
And you've
note
done
here.
very well. You're easily A minus, maybe an A. I'm great.
Do 13. That one's pretty
13?
easy.
Ball State C's get degrees.
Number 13, this guy was recently signed to the team and is a friend of Micah Parsons and has a brother on the Patriots. He also already took Keyshawn Nixon's spot.
Yeah.
Is it A, Jimmy Stewart? Oh, maybe.
It's Diggs.
B, Trevon. It could be C, Anna Kendrick. It's not him. You're right. You're correct.
I'd buy an Anna Kendrick jersey.
I would too.
Yes.
You crushed
Same.
it, buddy. You always do. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
You're always fun.
Happy
man.
New Year.
Keep up the great work at WBAY and on
Thank
Small
you.
Towns.
I
And on the
appreciate it.
pickleball
You
court.
guys as
Yeah.
well.
We will
Always a pleasure. Look forward to being back.
Absolutely. All right, Emerson Lehman, watch him on WBAY in the morning. After the news, folks, Laura McKenna from WGBW, maybe you've heard of it. She's going to be here to make the popcorn pick of the week. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight.
Just see me go. I'll take away the strongest feelings. You will never know.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries taking a victory lap after enough Republicans joined Democrats to pass a bill to extend Obamacare subsidies for another 3 years.
The People's House has just delivered a decisive victory for the American people.
The battle was at the center of the government shutdown, but in an election year, some Republicans bucked GOP leadership today. House Leader Mike Johnson called it bad policy. The measure now goes back to the Senate for approval. Tensions flaring in Minneapolis following yesterday's deadly shooting of Renee Good by an ICE officer. Protests continue for a second night. Governor Tim Walz demanded a full investigation and called for calm.
They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do.
Federal authorities say the ICE agent acted in self-defense and was an experienced member of ICE's special response team. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A flood watch remains in effect due to rainfall amounts a half an inch to an inch and even some snow mixed late. Some runoff could produce areas of flooding and ice jams. Low in the mid-30s. For tomorrow, some rain and snow in the morning, then a little afternoon sun and a high near 40. Currently, it's 37.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging.
Let's talk rechargeable battery safety with tips from the National.
It's time for the Nite Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting live from beautiful, rainy downtown Green Bay. Rain can be beautiful. Statewide, all across this beautiful state of ours, Wisconsin, in case you were wondering what state I was referencing. Con, how you doing? You hanging in there?
I mean, I'm doing good. I just fired up a nice new bubble bath.
Really? You got some Epsom salts or something in there, or what?
It's my 6th bubble bath today.
You know what's funny? You could be using one of those bubble things that you put to your mouth. That sounds like the same thing, and I'm not going to out you, but whatever. Lots of fun here, folks, tonight. It is my pleasure now to welcome. She's been here before, and you probably hear her here on WGBW between 9 and 2. Slinging the oldies, Miss Laura McKenna joins us in the studio.
Hello,
how are you,
again.
Laura?
I'm good. I think when I was here before, we had just flipped the station to oldies,
Yeah.
so we were all just kind of like, "Where does this door lead? What does this do?" So now it feels like we've been here forever.
Although you had a little trouble with the coffee maker when you came in, but you figured it out.
It's technology, and this is big time technology, a Keurig. So
Keurig.
push what size, push what you want. Doesn't
Absolutely.
work for me.
I do the old school. When I'm at home, I have a small coffee maker because I feel like the smaller, like the flavor has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
This is not scientific. It's just my own. Maybe it's what I want it to be. But I don't do the Keurig, and people swear by it.
This is probably why I don't know how to use it at work, because at home I have the same coffee pot from 2008.
Oh, wow.
I think that's a world record. I don't know that for sure, but
Is it a Mr. Coffee?
I couldn't even tell.
Or is it like a designer?
No. Because at that time of my life, I lived in Stevens Point, and a friend from college came to visit, and I didn't drink coffee at the time. And she said, I got to have some morning coffee. As a housewarming gift, let me buy you a coffee pot.
So she can have coffee?
So she can have coffee.
After you told her you don't drink coffee?
Right. I'm like, well, I'll have other guests at some point.
I'm just that kind of person.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure it was just whatever the cheapest 12-cup regular one, but it has lasted from 2008. And then it got some hard use, because then I got into drinking coffee, and I brew full pots all the time. None of this 1 cup at a time.
How many do you drink will you drink the whole pot over the course of the day?
No, I'll probably drink a couple in the morning, and then I'll just stick it in the fridge and do iced coffee later, maybe iced coffee the next morning. So I don't use it every day. Okay. But it's seen some years.
Now, if that was a car, I think 20 years would be a collector.
Vintage, yeah. I'd have special plates.
Exactly. It is great to have you here. Thank you. And thank you for coming in. I know you're here sometimes during the day, and it might, you were in the warmth of your own home and braving the elements. So it's nice to have you here in the studio.
I actually found a room that nobody even knows about. I live there sometimes.
What do you mean, here in the studio?
Yeah, it's a secret room. I'll show you after we're done.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
Is there's an element to this space that I don't know?
You just have to open every door, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, what do we have
I know,
here?
I remember doing that too. Like, oh, this is an interesting room.
Yeah.
So did you have good holidays? You were on a trip when I reached out to you about making the popcorn pick of the week, which we will soon make, but you were on vacation. It sounded really fun.
Yeah. I talked about this last time we were on the show. My husband and I are no closer to living together.
I was going to ask you about that, too.
Than we were
He's
before.
in Ohio?
He's in Ohio.
Okay.
I'm here in Green Bay. And so
Sounds like the perfect marriage.
That's what everybody says. Oh, I'm jealous. I thought, well, so we're still in the, like, what are we doing? Where are we moving? That sort of thing. But obviously have not found the perfect house. So we just see each other on holidays. And we actually did a real, like, adult vacation. We got married in 2023 in Jamaica. And at the time, he was being sneaky and booked, like, 2 years later, a trip for us to go back. I don't know what I was doing.
Sneaky in a good way.
Sneaky, yeah. Those are the surprises
it's
that
not sneaking around.
Right.
Right.
Those are the surprises I said, anytime you want to do that, by all means, book me another vacation.
Wow.
And so we had the trip planned right where we got married, which was in Montego Bay, and then Hurricane Melissa destroyed that side of the island.
Oh, no.
So we were kind of in a, like, what's going to happen? But, you know, it's just a vacation for us. We can do it later. But I mean, those poor people that had to rebuild their homes and the resort and whatever. So they moved us to the other side of the island, which was kind of untouched. I mean, they had some minor wind damage that was repaired. So that's where we ended up going back. And so, yeah, our holidays were very tropical. And then I come back, and we got back the week before Christmas. And I came back on the plane, all of a sudden coughing and with a cold. So I got the Christmas crud, which was great.
But not the flu.
No, it was never to that extent. It was just, I don't know. But he never did, which I don't, he tells me, well, I'm just healthier than you. So I don't know what you want to do about that. But
I don't know about this guy, Laura.
I know.
We'll see what happens. So at least you didn't get it on the way there. That would have been
right.
Like you almost take it. If you have a week of R&R and a beautiful, that you can live with that, right? That's kind of cool.
So that was my holiday.
You told me too over the break or before we came on that you saw everybody at the resort with their phone on.
Yeah,
in a tropical paradise.
It was weird to me because again, my husband and I don't see each other all the time, but also even if I didn't love him and want to spend time with him in person,
right?
You're in paradise.
Yeah.
Look at the ocean. Look at the scenery.
Right.
The people at dinner were on their phones. People in the pool were on their phones. I'm like, what?
That is nuts.
Get some snorkels. Get in that ocean. Put your phone down.
Absolutely. All right. So you and your husband lives in Ohio. You live here. Why don't? Have you guys thought about buying a house like halfway between? You can both commute. Gary, Indiana, maybe?
That might be a little bit hard. In his job, he works for the state of Ohio. So if he's going to have to get a job here to make the move here first.
You got those state benefits.
I know.
Oh, come
and that's
on.
the other thing is when I do get sick, and now that I have real insurance.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of my career.
You just have to go to Ohio for your primary care.
Yeah, exactly. So
which might be worth it.
Big dilemma of what we're doing. That's why, obviously, it is a very slow process.
This is great. Laura McKenna is here, folks. You can hear her every weekday here on WGBW, spinning the oldies from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And she is here tonight to make the popcorn pick of the week. So let's talk movies.
Okay.
All right, Laura McKenna. What kind of movies do you typically watch, like from a genre standpoint?
I'm going to freak some people out, but the more intense and scary, the better. That's the kind of movies I like. So horror movies, suspense, thrillers, and then I sleep soundly at night because I think the reason is you watch those movies, and if you're not terrified, you think, well, my life isn't so bad. And then you drift off to a peaceful slumber because you're not living that in real life.
But you don't have nightmares?
No.
That doesn't...
no, it's weird. So there's something wrong with me, probably.
Here's what's weird is I remember I was watching a movie called Collateral, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, one of my favorite movies, actually. Okay. And Tom Cruise is walking away, and he just casually leans down and shoots this guy in the face. And the guy, his head goes back in the pavement. Mm-hmm. When I saw that, I was probably 35 years old for the first time. I was like, oh, God, that was like... I have become so desensitized. And what's scary is, as a society, I think we have too. My daughter in high school would fall asleep watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
On her phone. I can hear the knife going through the heads and the slishy noise, and I'm like, and it's like nothing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's okay that we're desensitized, but I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that.
But my husband and I actually talked about this. We share a theory because we both started very young, probably at an age where nowadays a psychiatrist would tell you, maybe don't let your kids watch, scary movies at that age.
Films, yeah.
Because my mom, a kissing scene would come on, and that was, hide your eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason or Freddy could chainsaw people in half,
And that's fine.
chop them up. That's fine. It's fine for you. So
We are so on the same page there because I remember, and I think I've probably told this on the air before. I was watching Caddyshack with my kids when they were young.
Yeah.
And it was the gopher, and I thought, they'll think this is cute. Well, it's a hard cut right to a topless girl in a pool on a guy on a guy's shoulders and
you're
going like this. And I'm like, I almost broke my ankle looking for the remote, and the kids are just sitting there staring like they don't care.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, they both breastfed. What do they care? But the violence, you're right. That's what bothers me. So that I came around on that. Unless it's like graphic sex, I would shield them from that, obviously. But yeah, the violence is scary.
Yeah, and so that was our theory, that we started so young watching scary things like that.
Okay.
In the comfort of your own home, in the safety of your own home.
Right.
That I think it kind of gets you ready for life a little bit better, that things don't tend to give you anxiety or freak you out as much because you're like, it's going to be okay. We're fine here.
Okay, that's a good
I don't
way
know
to-
if that.
Well, that's interesting.
Psychiatrists and psychologists out there are like, she has no idea. Don't listen to this, people. Do not do this to your children. You're going to ruin them.
I
But
want to take this time to say Laura is not a doctor
No,
or a clinical psychologist or anything like that.
I
These
just
are her
play
own
one on the
theories.
radio. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, and if you mention your husband again, Conrad, back me up on this. I'm going to start to think he doesn't exist, and you're like that guy from the teen movie who has a girlfriend in Canada.
That's our secret. Whether he does or doesn't, it's yet
And it doesn't
to-
matter. It's not
you
going to
know?
affect the popcorn pick of the week. Okay, so you like the scary films. I think that's great. Where do you like to watch films typically? Do you go to the theater or do you watch them in your own home?
Typically, I would probably watch more. Well, I do watch more at home, just
Okay.
with the streaming capabilities. But again, remember always going to the video stores, which I wish those existed.
I
They don't
know.
anymore.
Wasn't that fun?
We're
Going-
old, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, but just going and again, I would go to the horror section or
Yeah.
the scary, and just the rows and rows of all those covers, and it was just like, oh, that one's gone because there's no VHS tape behind it.
Right.
But there's this one in the corner that nobody's probably rented. All right, let's do that
That's
one.
great.
So yes, while most people were watching Hallmark movies over Christmas, I was watching Weapons and watching.
Ooh. Did you see Weapons?
I did. I really liked it.
It's creepy.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it sets up for sequels now. With the, I don't want to spoil that for anybody, but I really liked that character, and I felt like I again should win some sort of award because I didn't really do any research going into it, which is
Okay.
sometimes better to not know anything about what
Absolutely.
you're watching.
I agree.
And there was a scene in the kitchen, if you saw the movie, where the aunt is in the kitchen doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and her voice squeaked just enough that I went, wait a minute, that is Shanice from Uncle Buck. And I was like, is it? No, it can't. And I looked it up.
Amy Madigan
sure enough,
character?
yes.
Oh, wow.
I loved that movie when I was young.
Yeah.
And I loved her character, and I don't know why that has stuck with me.
Yeah.
But just something about the squeakiness of something
that's
that she
so great.
said, because
You
you wouldn't.
recognized it.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is that the girlfriend from Uncle Buck? Sure enough, it was.
Isn't
and
Uncle Buck your favorite John Candy movie?
Oh, by far. Yeah.
isn't it so good?
It's so funny.
And she's so sweet and such a sweetheart in it. Looks totally different and obviously
She
acts
did not
different
make
in Weapons.
me laugh in Weapons at all.
No.
She was horrifying.
It was great. It was great.
All right. So, what is your favorite? Like when you go to the theater for that shared experience with other people,
Mm-hmm.
what is your snack choice?
I would be a popcorn person.
Just popcorn.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
good.
sure. With
Most people
lots
say
of butter.
popcorn.
Lots of butter.
okay.
Yeah.
Is movie theater popcorn? I remember they did this thing in 60 Minutes like 20 years ago. Well,
Mm-hmm.
they use this kind of oil. It's not healthy, and then they do this. Has it gotten healthier, or do you just kind of roll the dice and go, I don't care. I can be unhealthy.
That's the one time that you just, it doesn't count. Because I'm sure it is terrible for you. It's some sort of liquid toxin.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is like,
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't order popcorn. I'll go for the nachos or pretzels that you dip in the cheese or whatever. But if I do have popcorn, I can't stop.
oh,
Like
yeah.
if I have some, and I kind of just don't go there because I know my hands are I'm going to need a shower after I
Yeah.
eat movie theater popcorn.
Uh-huh.
But so I don't do it. But if
You
I
should.
do, I
You have to.
Yeah,
it's part of the experience, or just watch the movie at home.
Right.
You gotta have the popcorn.
All right, we are inching ever closer to Laura McKenna, WGBW personality. Laura McKenna, you can hear her here on WGBW from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. every weekday. She is about to make the popcorn pick of the week. We will find out what her pick is after this very short break. I'm Pete Schwaba, and this is Nite Lite, and I'm so glad you're here, folks. We are coming right back.
Vision of love, you feel joy, you feel pain, 'cause nothing will be the same. Just another night is all that it takes to understand the difference between lovers and fake. So baby, I talk to you in the night, in your dream of love so true.
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Swamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
Badger State Brewing is ready to serve you this dry January with a refreshing non-alcoholic hoppy water, a crisp, hop-infused sparkling water. Try the original or sip on the new citrus hoppy water for a bright burst of flavor. Check out their Barrel House Event Hall, the perfect setting with a spacious, rustic chic venue for birthdays, weddings, or any party worth hosting. Check out the Friday Acoustic Music Series starting January 9th inside its app room. See local Wisconsin artists every Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. while enjoying a brewski or a cold hoppy water.
It's time for Eye on the Community on WGBW, sponsored by Insight Eye Care, serving the Fox Valley since 1972 with comprehensive eye care services. Find them on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Their goal is to improve lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today. Now, here's what's happening in our area. Bundle up for Family Fun Night Winter Carnival, January 16th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Enjoy an evening filled with winter-themed crafts, games, and activities that the whole family will love. Bring 2 non-perishable or canned goods for the Salvation Army's food bank and get free admission. Free for Croc members and $5 per person for non-members without a food donation. Don't miss out on this fun-filled winter wonderland. This has been your Eye on the Community, brought to you by Insight Eye Care. If it's happening in the Green Bay area, it's on WGBW.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.
Welcome back. How do we feel about Katy Perry, Laura? You spin oldies every day. And oldies are interesting because you can't compete with oldies. They're the best music of that time. There's no dogs in there, right?
Right, and it's amazing that you watch shows or movies like we're talking about tonight, and just how that music is the music still in every movie and every show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so it's like they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere.
Right. Laura McKenna is here. She is a personality, a host, a celebrity here at WGBW, where you can hear her every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. She is here to make the popcorn pick of the week. Showing up in person, representing, and we were just about, okay, so popcorn is your movie theater snack. What about at home? Do you change things up? Do you do something gourmet or just buy some candy? What's your story?
I'm kind of a popcorn person at home as well, but I'm real picky with it. It's never going to be as good as the theater. Like I said, that butter magic that is not good for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can't, even when you make it at home, it's never quite like that. But I do like to pop my own. I can't do microwave.
Oh,
that seems like it's cardboard styrofoam.
It is kind of tasteless unless you do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say I had a popcorn maker, one of those dome-shaped plug-in and put the oil and the kernels in for the longest time, and then I don't know what happened. It just went bad. And I'm cheap also, like my coffee pot. I want my appliances to just last forever. I don't need them to be Wi-Fi enabled. I can push a button.
All right.
But I never bought another one because then they've gone up in price. And I thought, this is stupid to just churn some popcorn. So I made it from scratch in a pan with oil just popping in the lid.
Wow.
And that was so easy. I don't know why I ever bought a popcorn popper even back then.
Even think I knew that was possible.
Oh, yeah. I'll teach you.
Okay.
After the show, I will.
In your secret room here, do you have the appliances?
Yeah,
and
can't you smell the popcorn?
Pots and pans. What about a cocktail? Do you like a drink when you watch a movie? Like you go to one of those movie theaters where they serve food, like a Flicks, or do you sneak beer into the movie theater? Is that an issue?
I've never done that. I'm not a beer fan.
Or
that would
any
make
drink.
any drink. That would make it so much easier. I'm also easy to go out with, but also a nightmare to try to order from because I never really have a signature. Oh, I drink a Cosmo or I drink a amaretto sour. It's just whatever. Make me whatever. So I don't know if that's easier or harder.
Yeah, but at home you can make whatever you want. Do you have a cocktail at home typically when you watch movies, or when you maybe get on the phone with your husband because he lives halfway around the world and you guys watch movies together?
Yeah. I'm a big water drinker, which is so boring. I know some people have to put fruit in it, have to put the squeeze things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I drink
tap water?
A lot. No, I have a machine.
Okay.
But
you got a water machine.
Yeah, I'm real fancy.
What does that mean? Like a cooler or something?
Yeah, like one of the ones in the office because I like when I want tea or I want something hot, I need it hot right now. I can't heat water and
like
wait
a bread
for it.
maker, like you make your own water somehow. That's from scratch. That's
I get it right out of the lake,
tall order.
right out of the river, and I make it at home. No, I like it hot, like boiling hot on command, and I like it ice cold, so I have to have the water machine.
Does your husband, even though he lives in Ohio, know how high maintenance you are when it comes to your water and your coffee and your popcorn?
I'm high maintenance but low maintenance. I'm high maintenance because I know what I want, but I'm nice about it. I'm not demanding.
Are you the kind of person that goes through the drive-thru and you have special? When my family, when we used to go through the drive-thru, like at McDonald's, I'll go, now just order what's on there and pick it off. I don't want to sit here because that's when they mess things up. And my son will go, I just want 3 pieces of lettuce on my Big Mac or something. It gets to be that thing. Are you like that or?
I am.
Yes, that's a yes.
Yeah, but I'm nice about it. And I
sure.
understand that when you order like that, probably go inside.
So when they
hold up
spit
the
on your
drive-thru.
food, they feel a little guilty because you're so nice.
Because I'm nice.
But
and I recognize that I'm one of these people, but I'm nice about it.
All right, Con, I think it's come to that time. Laura McKenna, it is time for Laura's popcorn pick of the week. Conrad, if you please. WGBW daytime host Laura McKenna. What is your popcorn pick of the week?
Okay, now I just want to set some ground rules so I'm not breaking any.
Okay.
There was no genre that it had to be in, right?
No, anything you want.
Anything I want. Okay.
New, old, whatever.
What if technically it hasn't even come out yet? Could that be? But it comes out this week.
Yeah,
Could that be
that's fine. I'll allow it.
Okay. Okay. Has anybody ever done that before?
No, but that's okay. That's why I like it.
Groundbreaking is what is happening. So I just said that I normally like, suspense and thrillers, and I would have a ton of those to give you.
Okay.
And I don't like Hallmark movies. I don't like Lifetime movies because the plots are dumb and the acting is usually bad. But my pick is actually coming out on Saturday on Lifetime because I am also a huge Court TV fan, and there has been a case that the first trial happened. no verdict. So the second retrial happened, and the movie is coming out, the made-for-TV Lifetime movie.
I might know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I'm so excited. I'm torn because, of course, there's also a game on Saturday at the same time.
Okay.
I'm like, do I watch the Lifetime movie?
She just keeps keeping us in suspenders here. She's
So
like, the buildup is incredible.
And this movie could be as awful as the rest of them are, but it's called Accused, the Karen Reed story.
I knew it was going to be Karen Reed.
Yes, I watched every second of that trial.
All right, that comes out this Saturday.
Saturday on
2
Lifetime.
days from now on Lifetime. What's it called?
Accused, the Karen Reed story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That took everybody by storm. And when I say everybody, I mean just the people who watched it. But yeah, that's a big deal, that trial.
It was like the OJ or the Casey Anthony of that decade.
Yeah. So you like true crime, too.
Yeah.
That's
even before it was cool. I thought everybody watched Dateline, and people had never heard of it years and years ago. Now everybody does.
All
but
right.
I love it.
That is a great pick. We will break it down a little further when we come back, and I'm going to ask Laura. She also marries people. Not herself. She officiates.
Yeah.
She does everything. And we'll talk to her about that, too. It is great to have her here in the studio. Her pick is Accused, the Karen Reed story. It comes out Saturday on Lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
For someone who doesn't even like Lifetime movies, that's how you know how good it is. We are coming right back after the news, folks, for Act 3. And we're going to talk comedy later in Hour 3, too, with Sydney Conrad. Help me.
Lyle Sidney.
Lyle Sidney. Wow, Sidney. Okay. We're doing all that in Hour 3. We're coming right back. It's Night Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it on the station with local news and timeless hits. 97.9 FM, WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. 2 people hospitalized after being shot by federal agents in Portland, Oregon this afternoon. Emergency dispatcher audio from Broadcastify.
We have a male who was shot twice in the arm and his wife who was shot in the chest.
ABC's Alex Stone has the latest.
The FBI is responding right now that they will be the ones investigating this, that it was a shooting involving federal agents from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, not ICE, in the Portland area, and that there was a man and a woman, we're told, who were shot.
This as tensions rise in Minneapolis. Protesters clashing with law enforcement after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman inside a moving car. Hundreds of demonstrators taking to the streets now for a second day, condemning the killing of Renee Nicole Good. The House voted this afternoon to pass a 3-year extension of health care credits that Congress let expire at the end of the year, but the legislation now heads to the Senate, where its fate is uncertain. This is ABC News. New research in the British Medical Journal shows that stopping weight loss drugs like Wegovy can lead to faster weight gain than traditional diets.
Doctors say there's evidence even short-term weight loss can have health benefits and lower your risk for cardiovascular disease. But a new study shows those who can't tolerate GLP-1s, either because of the cost or the side effects, are more susceptible to gaining the weight back than those on traditional weight management programs. Part of it could be those on the drugs never learned the coping skills to deal with food cravings when they return. Doctors are hoping a lower maintenance dose, even if it has to be taken for life, can keep the weight off. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
China's Commerce Ministry says it will investigate Meta's acquisition of artificial intelligence startup Manus. The Facebook parent announced last week that it was buying Manus, a Singapore-based company with Chinese roots, in a bid to expand its AI offerings across platforms. The ministry says it wants to be sure the acquisition follows Chinese laws. Dave Packard, ABC News.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A flood watch remains in effect due to rainfall amounts a half an inch to an inch and even some snow mixed late. Some runoff could produce areas of flooding and ice jams. Low in the mid-30s. For tomorrow, some rain and snow in the morning, then a little afternoon sun and a high near 40. Currently, it's 37.
I'm Angela Bassett. For 33 million Americans, one bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who likes pina coladas but hates getting caught in the rain, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Night Light, folks. Sorry if I seem distracted. My daughter keeps texting me, even though she knows I'm on the air.
Dad,
Pete Schwab and Night Light. That's exactly what it is. And I just got off the phone. I called her during the break because she needed something. And I said, look, I'm working. This worked out, but you got to figure this out ahead of time. She goes, I know. I'm so sorry.
She needed her allowance.
So I hang up. And she calls me back literally 10 seconds later. But this is really important.
Do you want me to talk to her?
She wanted to know if I was going to the gym. Yeah.
Oh.
And that's important stuff, right?
Yeah.
She has to know that now.
She has to know that right this minute.
Hey, this is Pete Schwab at Night Light. I am so glad you're here, folks. It's Christmas. It's the Christmas Eve of weeknights. It's a Thursday. You're almost there. We are having a lot of fun here tonight. In case you missed hours number 1 and 2, they are available in podcast form at civicmedia.us. In the first hour, we had a lot of fun. We talked to Emerson Lehman. Emerson Lehman was here, Conrad. Did you happen to catch that?
That is true. That is true.
He was here in the studio. We talked to Emerson. We gave him a Packer quiz. We talked about his show, Small Towns, and the work he's doing over there at WBAY. We love when Emerson is on the show. And in hour number two, where are we here? Yeah, hour number 2.
Don't ask.
Our pal Laura McKenna came by, and she's still here. So we'll be back with Laura in just a moment. Conrad is in the middle of another bubble bath. This is number 3. He takes one every hour when it's National Bubble Bath Day.
That's good.
Trying to keep it clean.
Or he's blowing through one of those bubble deal. Honestly, it doesn't sound. We need more of a definitive bubble bath noise, I think, if we're going to really sell that gag.
What do you mean? I literally have a tub in here.
Yeah. So that's Conrad Krieger, who's producing the show tonight. It's going pretty well, Conrad. How do you think things are going?
I'd say a solid A.
A solid A? All right. I love when I ask people who are involved with the show what they think, because that always helps. And coming up in just a few minutes, folks, Lyle Sidney will be here. Lyle is the producer at Fox Valley Comedy. So we'll talk to Lyle and find out what is going on, where maybe you can see some comedy coming up over the next couple weeks. He does a great job there. That'll be fun. And we talked about 90s trends. But first, Con, I think we need to remind people what the question of the night is, because I don't want to leave people in the lurch. So let's do that. This is the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
All right. It's a good one. We do a lot of questions on this show based on the national days of the year. So tonight, we're giving you, the listener, the opportunity to come up with your own National Day of the Year. If you could create a National Day of the Year, what would it be? We've heard some pretty good suggestions so far. Let us know at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the Civic Media app, or if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, you can drop us a stream comment. Just be part of the show. Always more fun when you guys are involved. So we also talked about, I thought this was fun, and Laura, maybe you can relate to this, things that we did in the 90s that are unacceptable now. So I know you listen to the show every night, top to bottom, so you probably heard this already.
Yes.
But okay.
Yeah.
But not being reachable at all times, leaving your kids in the car when you went grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one maybe you can relate to. Babysitting at age 10, multiple kids at once, and one of them was a newborn.
Oh, yeah. That was like no big thing.
You're basically just there to call 911.
Yeah. And then that was the great thing, though, because they always had the best snacks. They filled the cupboards for you, and you were allowed to eat anything.
Well, they paid you like $0.25 an hour.
Right, but they had good... I'm very... I can be bought with food, so I was like, yeah, I'll babysit for your kids, sure.
Here's a couple more. Making plans with someone multiple days in advance, not talking to them about it again, and just showing up without having to confirm that your plans are still on. That drives me bonkers. Like the day before.
To confirm?
Well, I do,
not?
but if we just made the plan the day before, you don't have to confirm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll let you know. But I kind of like that when it was just like, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Write it down. Show up.
Exactly.
Yeah. The good old days.
Precisely. Here's the other one. Having no idea where your kids were. So we went out and did stuff, and and I'm not one of those people that always says, well, when I was a kid, that's the way to, because whenever I grew up though, that's what I would have done. Like if I could pass judgment on my son and play Minecraft or some of these video games and say, you need to blah, blah, blah. If I was his age, right, that's exactly what I'd be doing. So I'm not special. No generation is special. You know, you're kind of nodding like you think your generation is special.
I mean, I was right there. That was my heyday, was the 90s.
Yeah.
And so, it just, I don't know. We're always nostalgic about our high school years. And so I graduated in 2001. So those were the good old days.
I get that. I get that. But I don't like the people that say, well, when I was a kid, we were outside all day. Well, yeah, because you didn't have cool video games.
But wasn't that great?
Yeah, it was great. And I'm not complaining. It was fun. Here's the other one, mooning people. It was much more common back then, and people just accepted it. Try it now, and you might get arrested. You ever moon anybody, Con?
I haven't, but a friend of mine has.
Okay, so you know a guy who's mooned.
I know a guy that has done some mooning.
Name dropper?
The friend is right beside me.
He's dabbled in mooning. I'm waiting for the picture here, the Nightlight Window Fun picture where people will moon the window.
It's coming.
I
is
hope
coming.
so.
Yeah.
Let's change it up a little bit. We have a phone call, Con?
Yeah, Greg from Waukesha.
Hey, Greg from Waukesha. How are you, buddy?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing great. Say hello to Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
You sound wonderful on air, by the way. So
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
It's got the pipes. How's it going, Greg?
Good, good. You know, I just thought I'd contribute to this National Day thing.
Please.
How about a National Blind People Day? Now, it's not politically correct, I know, but I make a lot of, or even like a National Blind Jokes Day. I'm a comedian too, and I tell a lot of blind jokes about watch out for flying buffaloes. Can I tell that story really quick, Pete?
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely.
I am blind and I'm naive, and I thought buffalo wings were actually the wings off of buffaloes.
That's understandable.
Did I know
yeah.
that my parents told me that buffaloes cannot fly. So that's when I learned that buffalo wings weren't the wings off of actual buffaloes. In fact, I learned that it would take a lot of work to get a buffalo off the ground. So no, I have a comedy routine that I perform at coffee shops.
Really?
And,
nice.
Open mic nights and
Good for
things
you.
like that. So
yeah.
Do you have, Greg, is a lot of your material, do you deal with your blindness? Do you talk about it a lot on stage? I would imagine you do.
I do.
Okay.
I do. Yep, because I'm the blind guy that used to apologize to garbage cans when they were kids, thinking that they were actual people. So I'm that blind guy, you know.
Well, you're considerate at least. That's good.
Yes. So, yep.
Well,
so,
I like it. How about, Greg,
yeah.
how about a National Blind Comedians Day? Let's make it even more specific and hone in and do a deep dive there.
Yes.
You like that?
That sounds great. I do like that.
All
I
right.
do like that. So
Fantastic.
Okay, thanks, Pete.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Laura.
Thanks for the call, Greg. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
All right. I like that. National Blind Comedians Day, because that would be really special, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right, Laura McKenna is here, folks. You can hear her every day, every weekday here on WGBW from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. She made the Popcorn Pick of the Week, which was Accused, the Karen Reed story. You cannot see it until Saturday. It drops on Lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are Karen Reed fans out there because this was like a kind of a viral thing. My sister talked about it a lot. And my sister would tell people who weren't watching the show, it's like, well, I'll watch the show if I really, like, give me the thumbnail. But, you know, but she was so into it and had so much fun with it. Like,
can we call your sister? I would love to talk to her too right now. There's a ton of documentaries if you're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
And I really haven't seen many of them because I'm a Court TV huge super fan, so I watched the actual trial every second. I bet your sister did too.
She did too,
I love it.
All right, so you also, I want to dig into this a little bit.
Okay.
You marry people.
I do.
And I should say you officiate.
Mm-hmm.
This is engagement season.
It
correct?
is.
So tell us about that.
I'm impressed that you know that, Pete. It's
I do my homework.
Yeah.
I guess. But I didn't know. You told me which girls are getting married in abundance and what are their names?
This is a big year for Haley's. I have a run on Haley brides. So, whatever that magic age of engagements this year.
Okay.
And you can always be younger or older, but whatever that sweet spot is, go back in time when there was Haley had to be the number one name of the year because I have so many, which is going to be good.
They're snatching all the Haleys off the market.
Yeah, different groom names.
Conrad, if you want to marry a Haley, get going.
Yeah, okay. I only have a few dates left for you, Conrad, this year, but we can book into 2027 if you want.
All right, perfect. That's so cool. All right, so, and do you have thoughts on the Packer-Bear game? I know you've spent time in Ohio. Where are you at with the whole rivalry here?
Okay, here's the deal. Usually when I want a team to win, they don't. Yeah. So I should probably say, go Chicago. And then that will set up a Green Bay victory for everybody.
Because you're here in Wisconsin now and you want to be part of the group. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'll if it helps everybody else, I'll root for Chicago if you need me to make sure that they lose.
I'm going to defer to Conrad on that one.
Root for the Pack always.
Even if I'm jinxing everybody, I don't know if you want me doing that.
That's how twisted he is as a Packer fan.
Yeah.
He still can't.
Okay.
So I can't say not cheer for the Packers, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I grew up in Northeast Ohio, so unfortunately that made me by default a Browns fan most of my life until now I'm on strike. I was very upset about how they did
Deshaun Watson.
Yes, they did Baker Mayfield
You can jump
so
ship.
dirty.
You don't have to be.
Yeah, I did. I'm on strike, and I don't
Okay.
know if I'm coming back. So I was really rooting for Tampa Bay to squeak into the playoffs because I love Baker. Who doesn't love Baker?
I don't love Baker.
You don't?
You know what? I like Baker, but those commercials he did where he lived at the stadium,
I
one of
love
those
them.
was great. I don't need to see. Don't make it a mini series.
I don't know what. Tampa Bay has that giant ship. You could do so much. You could get at home on the
that's true.
pirate ship with Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
What are you doing? Why are you not doing those commercials?
Here's what I don't understand about the Browns. Okay,
Oh, we don't have enough time in the night.
they need a page one rewrite. The whole organization needs to be rebranded. The first of all, the Deshaun Watson thing, that's just a symptom of, but their uniforms are horrible. The team name, we're named after, excrement. Like, come on. Don't do that. Change the whole thing.
That,
right?
You know what you're getting.
Okay,
Right?
but that can affect how the organization sees itself. They need a rebrand.
I don't mind. I'm a little nostalgic too. So I don't mind the colors. I don't mind the name change. But we can note, and I shouldn't even say we because I'm on strike.
Okay.
You can no longer say, we're just cursed. That's why all this stuff happens. No, you need new management. You need to get rid of all, because you're making dumb decisions like Deshaun Watson. And that's why this is happening to you.
Yeah.
So you got to take ownership of that. Uniforms are the least of their problems.
Laura McKenna, you're awesome. Thank you so much. You have so much more to say, and we have no more time.
I
So you
know,
have to come back
I know.
sooner next time.
We'll do
We
it.
are coming right back, and we got a Steady Eddie text. So you're going to want to listen to that in your
Oh,
car
boy.
radio.
Okay.
We'll read that too. But we are coming back with Lyle Sidney from Fox Valley Comedy. Thank you, Laura McKenna. The Popcorn Pick of the Week is Accused, the Karen Reed story. You can see it on Saturday on Lifetime. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. We are coming right back.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired detail. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or special occasion parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. Wherever you go, buy local, drink local, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Are you ready to learn how to play a new board, card, party, or role-playing game, but for a good cause? I've just the event for you. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And Fox Valley Pride has partnered with Slick Mimics for a Gamer Classic event to teach you how to play some new games, like Lords of Waterdeep, Castles of Burgundy, Flamecraft, Ready, Set, Bet, and so much more. It's an all-ages event happening on January 9th from 5 till 9 p.m. But you gotta register first, so head to WGBW.FM and click events.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit Wheelchair.
Schwaba. This is Nightlight. This is a fun show. Conrad, are you having as much fun as I am?
I am.
Well, you're in the tub, so.
I was going to say, I've had enough baths for the whole week now. I'm not going to shower or anything for the, until next week maybe.
People over cleanse, I think.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd keep it like 5 days.
Every 5 days?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. You could get away with that because think about it. When you come in here, you're on that side of the glass. I'm on this side of the glass. We don't really see anybody else. We're not in the same room. So even if you have this objectionable smell following you around, or me, we could probably coexist still.
I'll know it's when to shower when you say, dude, you stink when you're over there.
I would tell you that too. I'll tell you through the intercom here so I don't have to come in there and tell you. Laura McKenna just made the popcorn pick of the week, folks, and her pick is Accused, the Karen Reed story. Here's the kicker. It does not drop until Saturday. So we got a little preview. And those of you, I know the Karen Reed trial was a big hit on reality TV or whatever it is, court TV. A lot of people watched it. So if that's something that interests you, check it out on Lifetime this Saturday. Steady Eddie sent us a text a few minutes ago after I said that Laura could marry Conrad. Or what did I say? I said if you wanted to marry someone named Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any Haleys, but
no.
No.
Well, it could still happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn into a spinster or anything. You'll meet people. But Steady Eddie says, Pete, my idea is when Conrad gets married. Oh, I don't like that. If or when, and I don't want to speak for you. I don't know anything about you in your personal life, and I prefer that.
Yes.
And I rarely share personal details.
You never ask about my ankles, though, so I was a little jealous. You said ask Emerson.
Emerson's feeling pretty good about himself right now. Steady Eddie says, my idea is when Conrad gets married, he gets married on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba serving as best man. Well, that's awkward.
Can you
just...
Yeah, why not? Let's get. You can do your best man speech at the on Nightlight too.
Tap the glass or whatever.
I'll get a sound effect. Don't worry.
Yeah. Steady Eddie says your oldies host Laura could serve as justice of the peace and DJ. Oh, he is like volunteering us for a lot of things here tonight. He says it would be a ratings bonanza for Nightlight. Like when Tiny Tim married Miss Vicky on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson in 1969. I was watching. Wow. Okay. Steady Eddie is dating himself. But I remember that Steady Eddie just because that was replayed on social media. And I remember growing up seeing clips of that. That's like classic television and Johnny Carson. So thank you for the text, Steadfast Edward. As always, great to hear from you, buddy. And Con, get going.
I need to find a Haley.
Find yourself a Haley. All right. We are going to pivot here, folks, and talk some comedy. This is exciting. This next gentleman, this is his first time on Nightlight, and I don't know if he's a gentleman, so I don't want to speak before I get to know him, but he is the producer at Fox Valley Comedy. Mr. Lyle Sidney joins us now over the stream. Hi, Lyle.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Great. How are you tonight?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Do you think it's going well so far?
You're quite the gentleman, unlike what Rob Brackenridge told me about you.
Oh no! Don't talk to Rob about anything. He hyperbole and he exaggerates. No, Rob's a great guy. Are you guys pals?
Yeah, we've been working together for quite a few years now.
One of my favorites. Love the guy. He is a really fun guest. I think he's on next. We have him next week, Con. So we'll talk about. He is doing a football fundraiser for me that I do every year up in Marinette. We've been doing it since I moved to Marinette years ago, and Rob is doing it with Mike Merrifield next. It's January 31st, I believe. So I'm really looking forward. I've heard great things about Mike. I think Rob is hilarious, and it's one of those things. I'll open the show and sit back and watch the fun because those guys are going to crush it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, they're inseparable. They're the best.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Lyle. You made a point to say earlier you're not a comedian, but you're like a promoter, right? You put shows together?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm more introvert than extrovert, so I like to stay off the stage, but I do everything else besides the comedy. So I scout talent, I look for venues, I negotiate with agents, I negotiate with performers. I do ticketing, set the ticketing, I do all the social media, do a website. I run around town hanging up posters and pizza parlors. I do a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school marketing. So, yeah.
How long have you been doing that for? And also tell us a little bit about your background before you found that, Lyle. Like, what were you doing before that brought you to this endeavor?
I just started helping a friend who was a comedian, and so I made content for a social media platform, and then I ended up like meeting more comedians and started helping more comedians, and I just decided to start my own production company. So I started my first show at Bare Bones Brewery in Oshkosh, tiny little room, but we just set up the high top tables and a stage and set up lights and sound system, and we still do that room. We just did that room a couple weeks ago, and even though it's small, only about 50 seats we can get in this small little room, but it's intimate, and the comedians say they like that room, even though I've done rooms that are bigger or have nicer things.
Yeah.
But and the owners over there, Bare Bones, are awesome. They're big supporters, and they let me do pretty much almost anything I ask, and so they're great over there. And I like craft beer and I love comedy, so it's that's the cool thing about entrepreneurship is you make your business what you want. So make a business creating comedy shows at breweries is great.
I love it, and as a former comedian myself, I love those intimate settings. That sounds like a great room. Lyle Sidney is here, folks. He is the founder of Fox Valley Comedy, and we're going to talk about some of the shows he has coming up after the news, and we'll read your text, and we will keep this Thursday night train rolling. It is so great you're with me, folks. This is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
And she can't do a thing to me. I just want to dance the night away with senoritas who can sway.
From U.S. Customs and Border Protection, not ICE, in the Portland area. And that there was a man and a woman, we're told, who were shot.
This as tensions rise in Minneapolis. Protesters clashing with law enforcement after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman inside a moving car. Hundreds of demonstrators taking to the streets now for a second day, condemning the killing of Renee Nicole Good. The House voted this afternoon to pass a 3-year extension of health care credits that Congress let expire at the end of the year, but the legislation now heads to the Senate, where its fate is uncertain. This is ABC News.
Do you want to do that new line quick?
I don't know if I'm going to have it ready in time. Maybe we could do it at the next break. Let me see.
Sorry, what was that?
Maybe we could do it at the next break. I don't know if I'm going to have it ready in time.
Okay.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A flood watch remains in effect due to rainfall amounts a half an inch to an inch and even some snow mixed late. Some runoff could produce areas of flooding and ice jams. Low in the mid-30s. For tomorrow, some rain and snow in the morning, then a little afternoon sun and a high near 40. Currently, it's 37.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Our question of the night, you still have time to get in on the fun, folks, is if you could choose a national day that would be part of the National Days of the Year calendar, like National Cat Day, National Steak Day, National Don't Say That Out Loud Day, what would it be? We've got some great responses tonight. Bridget from the 818 says National Pajama Day. Maybe they have that. Do they have that, Con?
I feel like they do. I'll have to look it up.
If they don't, it's a great day. Who doesn't love pajamas? Thank you, Bridget, from the 818. Always love your texts. We'll catch up on texts in just a moment, too. But right now, we're going to get back to our current guest. His name is Lyle Sidney, and he is the founder of Fox Valley Comedy. He produces comedy shows here in Northeast Wisconsin, and he, gets major street cred because he is also friends with Rob Breckenridge. So that's you got that working for you, Sidney, and hopefully I have that working for me. I think we've bonded over that, over Mr. Breckenridge.
Yeah, can I tell you the craziest thing that I had him do?
Please.
During COVID, we coming out of COVID, they started opening up restaurants and bars and breweries again. And Bare Bones Brewery in Oshkosh, they always have a winter beer fest. And what they did was, I think it was 2021. They still had like social distancing and everything. And you had to reduce the capacity in your venue and things like that. So they did most of it outside. Instead of people coming to get their pints of brew, they gave away you paid your ticket and you got bottles, and then they wanted you to go outside by the bonfire and the heaters and everything. And they told people to bring their ice shanties and sit around with your friends and drinking beer in the ice shanties. And so I booked Rob to be like the host of the event. They had music, and in between the music, he would tell jokes for like 10 minutes. And then I set up a little ice shanty on the side of the parking lot, and I had a little heater in there. So that was his green room, was an ice shanty with a little buddy heater, and a little thing of like snacks and drinks. And so that was the weirdest thing Rob and I have ever done.
I feel like Rob could do something like that and crush it. Like, he's probably just as funny as he is in a club or a corporate event or just something like that. His posts that he does on social media, on TikTok with he and his mom. His mom's like 95, still sharp as a tack, and he's always talking to his mom. And he's just a funny guy. You can't beat that guy. Yeah,
she's very sweet. I've run into them. He's brought her to shows, and I ran into them on the trail one time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we were. I was talking to his sweet little mom and him, and right next to the Fox River downtown Appleton where they take walks. And then all of a sudden, like something looked like it was on fire behind Rob, and like looking over there, and then all of a sudden I saw something dark drop into the water, and it was a bird that like got zapped on the wire and dropped into the water, and he's like, he's got his like binoculars, and like, oh, that's a peregrine falcon. Like they only mate once, and they mate for life. I'm like, don't tell me that, bro.
And now he's dead.
Yeah.
Lyle, it's great to have you here. So tell us about Fox Valley Comedy. If you mentioned the venue in Oshkosh, where else do you book shows, and where do you find your comedians?
So we book shows like almost anywhere. If somebody wants a show, well, I'll try most places once, and I've done a lot of places just once. I'm like, it's not the best venue, like or I may not like the venue odor or things like that, and so we just don't work together again, and that's fine. But we, like in Appleton, we are doing a show for the first time at Calaveras Fine Fusion right on College Avenue, downtown Appleton. And so that's going to be fun. That's coming up on January 30th. And we also do bigger shows in a 400-seat little theater called the Time Theater in downtown Oshkosh.
Oh, sure.
That's super cool. It feels like an old haunted theater, and it's run by a nonprofit, and they do like alternative movies on weekends, and they've been wanting more live performance, like comedy and music. So I got a couple big shows coming up there. And yeah, it's super cool because it was built as a vaudeville theater, like way over 100 years ago. And then it was last remodeled like in the 80s, like as a movie theater. And so it needs some attention, but it's still kind of cool the way it is. Like, so that's been fun doing shows down there at the Time Theater.
I've had the owner on, and that sounds like just a fantastic venue. I've never been there. I cannot wait to see the Time Theater, though. It sounds really like just a really intimate, cool venue. So I'm sure for comedy, too. Where do you so it's interesting because I know there's a club in Northeast Wisconsin, but there aren't. I think there's only one. So is this an alternative? Like you have different venues. Do you have a set schedule, or do you have a website where people can see what comedians are coming to your venues?
Yeah. So we have foxvalleycomedy.com, and then we have Fox Valley Comedy on every social platform. So I don't do like monthly shows. For me, like I prioritize my family, and so my wife and I have an agreement. Like I can do like 2 to 3 shows a month, and it's usually about 1 or 2 a month is lately. And there's times I'll take a break. Like I've been taking a break in summers, and then like the month of December, when it's really hard to sell tickets, like because the dynamic of being stuck indoors, in frigid weather for 5 months, and as soon as it gets sunny and 75, people do not want to be inside. They want to go camping, they want to go up north, they want to go on a vacation, they want to go to they want to go to the cabin, they want to go to outdoor music festivals. And so comedy shows are really tough to sell in the summertime. So I just stop battling it unless like a really cool situation shows up. And I've done a few because like West Coast comedians, they like to come to Wisconsin in the summertime, but tickets don't sell well, because but there's all kinds of weird dynamics in comedy. Like the TV shows are they stop for the summer. They stop shooting during the summertime, and so there's a lot of like actors and stuff that they think they're funny, or they are fun. The comedians also they like to get stage time on in the summertime. So like West Coast is like booked with a lot of West Coast like comedians and actors and celebrities, and even like people that and there's a contention between like traditional stand-up comedians, and now there's all these like TikTokers and YouTubers that are now trying to get stage time, and they the traditional stand-up comedians that have that put in the dues, that do like 5 open mics a week and try to stay in shape and stay sharp. And, and this pimple faced TikToker comes on and takes their stage time. And so there's a lot of dynamics, in comedy right now.
Absolutely. My guest is Lyle Sidney. He is the founder of Fox Valley Comedy, and he puts comedy shows on throughout Northeast Wisconsin. You can check out more information about this cool group at foxvalleycomedy.com. Lyle, let's say someone's listening and they want to book a comedian for something, either a corporate show or a birthday party or something like that. Do you facilitate that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. I have that listed on my website. That's a service that I do. So actually, I do have Rob Breckenridge doing a Christmas party like next week for a business, and so I got a couple of those Christmas parties in the month of January where I booked them a comedian, and just because I do a lot of I go to open mics, like at Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, and then every probably quarterly or so, I'll take the drive down on a Wednesday night down to Comedy on State in Madison, which is considered the best comedy club in the Midwest by every major comedian considers.
I've heard it's broader than that. There are people that think that's the best comedy club in the country.
Yes, because they get people that sell out coliseums and theaters that want to do weekends there. They test. A lot of them test out New York and Austin and Los Angeles comedians. They like to go to Madison in the middle of the country, to test out jokes.
Right.
They think being in the middle, and also something about Wisconsin. There's different dynamics, but people like to come test out jokes here and see how they do before they hit the road on their next tour, or as they're writing their next Netflix special and things like that.
Absolutely. Who are your favorite comedians, Lyle? Who have you worked with? It could be someone you worked with or someone you just would love to work with, but who makes you laugh when it comes to stand-up?
That's a really hard question because I spend so much, every day, watching clips online of comedians, just to see who is out there and then see the freshest things. And then also comedians that I might want to book. So I watch a lot of their videos, and then comedians that want to get booked, they email me and they send me their clips, and they send me their EPKs, their electronic press kits. So they, see their 10-minute set or their 30-minute set. So I'm always watching. So it really changes. I was telling my wife, I think I get a favorite comedian a couple times a year. Right now, Adam Ray is one of my favorites. And he does traditional stand-up and he does characters where he does the full makeup and everything. You might have heard Dr. Phil Live, and he's got some other comedians, and he's a regular on some other podcasts and like Kill Tony and things like that. So he's probably my favorite right now.
Nice.
But I have a ton of, I have hundreds of comedians that I like, and I have thousands I don't like.
I'm sure. Well, that's probably, most people could probably say that. What, Lyle, what do you have coming up, in the area in the next couple weeks, if you have anything that you want to let people know about in case they want to come out and laugh during these cold months?
Yeah, so January 30th at Calaveras, downtown Appleton, we got Sean Patrick Moore and Chris Schmidt and Abe Auer are going to be doing a little showcase down there. It's a small little room. First time we're doing that room, so we'll see how it goes. But it's a super cool vibe in there. They decorated it really nice, and they have awesome food and drinks. I got a couple more shows at Bare Bones Brewery in Oshkosh. The next one is February 20th. I got Dwight Simmons coming in from Indianapolis. He's amazing. He's a top talent. He should be bigger than he is, but I'm really excited to be able to get him. The ones I'm most excited about is the Time Theater show. So Dustin Nickerson, we have coming on March 8th to the Time Theater in downtown Oshkosh, and he is a more PG-13 comedian. He regularly tours with Taylor Tomlinson and Nate Bargatze. So he opens the Coliseums. around the country with Nate Bargatze, and his podcast is on the Nateland Network.
Oh yeah, sure. All right. Well, hey, this has been fun. Folks, if you want to see any of these great comics that Lyle books, go to foxvalleycomedy.com. He's got shows coming up through Northeast Wisconsin over the next couple months. Definitely check it out. You got to laugh in the winter months. Lyle, thank you so much for your time tonight, and best of luck. Don't be a stranger.
Can I say one more thing?
Quickly, yes.
Today I announced Mick Foley is be doing a comedy show at the Time Theater April 14th. So
nice.
So that's a big show that we're excited to announce. We announced it today. So thank you so much for having me.
You got it. FoxValleyComedy.com. Thank you, Lyle Sidney. We are coming right back to wrap this up. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Someone's living for their love.
Even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals, so I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a fun night it was here on Nightlight tonight. I would like to thank all of my guests. Emerson Lehman from the WBAY Action 2 News This Morning show does such a great job over there. Check out Small Towns on the WBAY website. He also hosts that. Fun segments, and he is always fun. He did pretty well with our Packer quiz, Con, would you say?
I think he only got two wrong.
He got two wrong, but he made one of them up because of the bonus question. So he really kind of got one wrong. So.
Yeah, and he would have got a free answer too. So
yeah. All right. So we won't, he got through almost the whole thing, too. He did great. Great to see Emerson. Laura McKenna was fun. She was here, and she made the popcorn pick of the week in hour number 2. It was so much fun having Laura in the studio. She is WGBW host here, and you can hear her playing the oldies every day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then Lyle Sidney, founder of Fox Valley Comedy. Check out foxvalleycomedy.com and see where you can see some comedy. Are you going to go to a show, Con? When you get out of the tub? No, I did not ask. Okay.
Do you like the sound effect or the added noise?
Yes. So I think, I didn't get to ask. I think Stranger Things is finally dying down. I didn't ask one of my guests about Stranger Things, and I meant to ask all of them because it's such a phenomenon. And now Joe Keery has the best hit or the number 1 hit on Spotify, all this kind of stuff. But I think we're officially done with Stranger Things.
It's done. It's,
okay.
All the people that were like,
yeah,
no, there's a secret. And no, there's not. You should have known that from the start.
Right. It would have been very tough to pull something like that off. But thank you also, ladies and gentlemen, for all your texts and calls throughout the course of the show. It is always fun when you guys participate. I love knowing what's going on with you, what you're watching, something funny that happened during your day. It's always just great. So thank you for listening tonight. And we've got a few texts we've got to get through here. I read Bridget's. I read Steady Eddie's. Steady Eddie was a two-time texter tonight.
He just wants to see me get married.
He wants you to get married. He wants to be there. He wants me to be the best man. He wants Laura to officiate. And I don't know what he's just going to show up for the free drinks, I guess. But that's okay. We'll give Eddie some free drinks.
No free drinks at my wedding.
You got a cash bar?
Yep.
You cheapskate.
I want to make money, right?
You're looking to clean up. From the 608, we got a text that says, once upon a time in lovely downtown Gotham. Ooh, Gotham. We're back to Gotham. 2 could become 1, married, and spend their honeymoon at the Ladd House, our local bed and breakfast. That was kind of a response to last night's question, but I'm still glad you shared that with us. 608, thank you so much. And then we've got Steady Eddie. Nick from Marshall in the 608 says, I would create a national reggae music day for all the big reggae heads like myself. And if you didn't already know, Wisconsin has had some very good reggae bands throughout the last several decades. Natty Nation, of course, would be the most popular one and have been very popular for a long time. That is great to know, Nick. There is actually a reggae drummer in Marinette, and he goes
Pete Schwaba?
He goes by the name of Plager, and I want to have him on the show, but I haven't been able to coordinate it yet. But he's a very talented. He just moved back recently, so he's toured all over. But he's a really good dude. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids in the 608 says, I think we could have a national day of day and once and for all get it out of our system. Tyler, you get Tyler in a certain mood, you don't know what to expect.
So he's saying one national day for every single national day.
And then don't discuss it.
And then we're just, and that's just done.
And Tyler doesn't mess around. When he's in a mood, you can tell. But Tyler's moods, you know what that leads to? Fun texts. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler also says, correction, a national day of day. Oh, I guess that would make more sense. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. And so, all right. So we talked about the 90s stuff, Con. And what are we got Mike Clemens tomorrow. We've only got one more day to talk Bears-Packers. And I know, we talk some NFL and some sports on the show from time to time, but this is like the granddaddy. This great rivalry. We got Mike Clemens coming on tomorrow to kind of tell us what's up. But what are your thoughts? What are you hearing from Packer camp? You're one of the hosts of Make the Call, so make the call here.
I mean, this is going to be the healthiest I think we've been in like 3 weeks, so I'm excited about that. I just got to say, we do got a stream comment from City Politics.
Oh, thank you I just noticed that. That's right. Sydney Politics says, National Drive with One Working Headlight Day for all those. And then in parentheses, not me, who have a headlight out and want to drive without judgment. Oh, that's just weird and quirky enough. I like that a lot. That's great, Sydney. Thank you. He did not say hi to Dave tonight, though. So do you think there's issues with the bromance going on, or what do you think there?
I don't know. Dave did text in. So.
He did. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to make things awkward. But Sydney also says, and Happy New Year, Conrad.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
That's sweet. Conrad, you've got the floor. Bears-Packers, a minute to go. Before we hear Mike, is the final injury report in?
Yeah, I saw Mike Clemens did drop something today on his Twitter. If you want to take a peek at that.
Okay.
With with some of the limited participants and stuff like that. But it's looking nice.
All right. Packers are healthy.
Matthew Golden, I think, is going to be a go this week, too. Malik Willis could potentially, be back up.
What about the running back?
Josh Jacobs is good.
Josh Jacobs, yeah. He's good. Watson's good.
Watson's good. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see Malik Willis out there, too, with Jordan Love, kind of like maybe on some 4th and shorts with Malik.
Slot back or something? Like what?
Just
trick
like,
play?
yeah. I mean, he has that ability to just run, and it showed against the Bears in that second game, so.
You know who else could be a really unique tool out there on Saturday night for the Packers?
Who's that?
Me.
Pete Light Feet
They
Schwab's
will never
the third.
see it coming. Look at that dude in the backfield. What is he, like 50? He's not getting the ball, and then they give it to me. No one is expecting it. And I'm a Bear fan. I got my Bears jacket on. They'll never see it coming.
No, this is what I'm saying is maybe you'll fool them, but then the time for them to catch up would be...
They would close fast, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will be back tomorrow night to do it all over again. Mike Clemens will be here. It's a Bar Band Friday night. Terry Barr will be here. And we've also got, who do we have? Greg Bach. Oh,
yeah,
hot
Greg
fun
Bach.
in the summertime. That's going to be a great show. We'll see you tomorrow night. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
La da 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 da. The gross